On a Tuesday, got your girl in the color she Tuesday. Club going up. On a Tuesday, got your girl in the color she Tuesday. Club going up. On a Tuesday.
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar
On a Tuesday.
Salute!
Salud. It's salud.
How you say it? Did I say it right?
Salute.
No.
Salud.
Saluda?
No. That's saluda like the river.
Salute. Oh. So, anyway, what's today's date?
Shoot,
Today's
man. The
date
17th, man.
4/17.
3 more days till 420. Not that I care. You know, it's not none of my business. But we got 3 more days to 420, and I will be playing that number.
Oh, on
Literally.
420. You know what?
It's a Friday, too.
Oh, it's Friday. Oh, it's gonna be
You ain't got
lit.
no job. You ain't got shit to do.
Right, I ain't got no.
So I'm going to get you high.
Job.
I'm gonna get you high.
He ain't no job.
Oh, I have a job.
The only problem
I
with
got
that is
several
everybody's
jobs.
going to pay 420. So if it were to come out,
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
can-
share
you know
with
what?
everybody.
you're going to get $37.50.
You can play.
No, you
might-
can play it in the three.
3 states.
Everybody's going to play it.
That's
It
Yeah,
true.
doesn't
it's
matter
coming out.
if
Everybody who plays is playing 420 on 420.
Wow.
Yeah, I understand that, but you gotta understand, it doesn't matter. It's not like it's the Powerball where you
You know
only
you
gonna
on
end
radio.
up
You should talk in the mic.
you only gonna end up with a certain amount of
Like
money.
you do. So.
But what do you mean?
Because whatever you play, if the number you play is not dependent on how many people hit.
Yes. Oh, you saying it's good?
'Cause it's a three-way
If
number.
you play a 3-way number, you're gonna get $250 box or $1,000, and they're not gonna split $1,000.
Yeah, they don't
It's
split the
just
money.
get
It doesn't
Now,
matter
what-
if
what
everybody
is
hits.
split- What is split is the Powerball, the Mega Million, or something
Okay.
like that.
But
not
Pastor,
that we know.
To Pastor's point, everybody. I mean,
That mean everybody gonna get $4,000.
everybody's gonna be winning this weekend.
That mean everybody gonna get
If they
$5,000.
gotta play though. They gotta play.
They gotta play.
Yeah,
But
most
I
people
would
not
be
gonna
playing
play.
420.
People
win.
who play are going to play 420. But okay.
So if y'all notice, if y'all looking at us live on what's it? What do you call that? Ustream or whatever.
Facebook Live.
We got some Emmys, baby. I actually won this Emmy. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna see our guest. He's gonna talk about all his Emmy winnings. He haven't been here in a while, and he's gonna be live in the Passage Lounge.
And nice and cold. So how long
Right.
have you been sitting in the car?
Right.
Why is it still cold
He's
outside though?
just
Is
so
it still
humble.
winter
He's so
outside?
humble.
Because he cold as ice. That's why.
I
So,
have on a scarf. I'm not
Before we
supposed
move
to.
on, I read something on Facebook today, and it said, y'all can help me, and I want to go about it. I want to hear y'all opinion. Name something that that you can say after sex and after dinner.
Thank you.
Name something.
Thank you.
can
That's
say.
good. I said that was
Hold up. Thank you. Why would you say thank you after sex?
because sometimes you pay for food and you pay for sex. I get it.
Oh, that.
Ron, wait a minute. You spilling the beans.
Hold on,
it.
Ron. That
I
was
gotta
good.
I like that one.
That was good. Oh,
I
that
said
was good.
that was amazing. Ow.
Oh my God.
Y'all ever had a steak that was amazing and some? Yeah.
Not that you want to say arr,
Ron had told us his secrets.
What about you, young lady?
I have no comment on the subject.
No
Yeah.
comment. That's a good word. I mean, it was bad for you. I got it.
Both was no comment, right?
Right.
The sex and the food. No comment.
You so nice.
Right,
The
you so
sex was.
nice.
The sex was.
You're welcome.
Mama
sex-
said if I got nothing good to say, don't say
Don't
nothing
say
at all.
You're welcome.
She
You're
said.
welcome.
She said the sex was bad and the steak was
What-
like
what-
whip
what-
leather.
It was just okay.
What
Which
does
is okay,
what
right.
does the man of the cloth would say after
Reverend
sex and after dinner? The same
Pastor.
thing you can use.
Amen.
both. Amen.
Let the church say amen.
Yeah.
You gonna say God.
Because you had some that tastes so good you spoke in tongues, and you had some.
You could, exactly.
You had some good,
Ron!
That he was using his tongue.
Oh my goodness. Ron is in rare form
You
today.
felt that in your he na na.
What can we say? Yeah.
I thought I got you. Yeah.
Stop
I
it.
feel
I'm telling your mother. Where's my
Mama, listen. Mama
Is she
Joyce,
listen-
you know
I
what
am
I'm talking
telling
about.
your mother.
But I'm just saying, I thought that was.
That doesn't work no more, does
Right.
it?
No.
Ron for Ron it does.
Yeah, because my mama crazy. I love you, though. She crazy. But anyway, I want people to call in and tell us something that you can say after sex and after dinner at the dinner table.
That was
Pastor
good.
still ain't give us go. All you said was amen. Come on now. You
I mean,
the
amen
love
is
doctor.
good, man.
Lord.
What?
That was good.
Took
That was good.
it to come to America.
That was good. That's it.
Let's go to the
I can't
commentary.
wait until we can get him one.
I don't know about all that.
I want to go to the past on Coming to America.
Coming to America.
Lord said.
What the Lord say? Oh, y'all so.
I'm here. I'm here in the open bar.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God, we got strays. That's beautiful. I love it.
You're really nice though.
Oh, I can't believe I'm sitting here in front of my Emmy. I've been waiting on my Emmy
Oh,
all
that's
day.
nice,
I can't
man.
wait to have him in the
WJLA
lounge.
knows how to compensate or to treat their people. I tell you that.
But for an Emmy, this looks really cheap. But
First of all, what was it last week?
I was
Hold on,
just
sweetie.
expecting
This week
One
we call
second,
it Emmy.
sweetie.
We have to do better, Ron. Ron has to go to etiquette class.
I just said
No
What
coof.
are they sending Starbucks employees?
Yes.
You're going to have to go sit in those classes with
Sensitivity
them.
training.
You are going
Sensitivity
to
training?
sensitivity
that
training.
is going to be in my hot topic.
Well,
so
we already
we're
got
gonna
to
talk
it
about
because we're
that.
sending you with them. Can I see the
Anyway.
curriculum as a matter of fact? We would like to see the curriculum for Starbucks employees. Thank you.
Well, we're going to talk about that in hot topics.
Right.
Well, yo, we're going to have a great show. I cannot wait. Of course, we got the Emmy award-winning man that's in the house himself. Wow. Mr.
Yes.
Dale is here. He's going to be in the Pastor's Lounge. Who else?
Yeah.
Jonathan Pinnell is here from Connecting Communities. So
Connecting
he's doing
Community.
some powerful things out there.
Very
You know,
nice.
Open
Connecting
bar, love the
communities.
kids. Open bar, love the kids. And we got Country in his sweater. We're going to have a great
Ooh,
show.
Country, he tried you today, Country.
No,
I wasn't going to say
I
nothing.
said I like it. Pastor,
I was
you
not
said
going to
that.
say anything about his sweater.
I
but
just said something
First
about
of
it
all,
off
it is-
air.
it's still wintertime.
I didn't say that was wrong with the sweater.
Sweater has a hole in the
Pastor
elbow.
swagged out today.
Almost. It ain't no almost hole. How do you make an almost
It has a
hole?
hole in the elbow.
You don't take your grandmother her sweater back.
Country. I wasn't going to say I thought the sweater
Oh,
was
Pastor
nice.
taking jabs now.
Yeah, I'm messing with
Now
it.
that he
He
can
taking
talk, he
jabs.
taking jabs.
I'm kidding with
What
man.
sweater
Don't
won't- this
forget,
sweater
you got
gonna fit
silence
today.
before. Don't let you get silence. The brother is back.
Country
Yo,
said this sweater's going to fit today.
give him a shirt.
He has
Yo,
on
it
the
was
open
cold.
bar
I
shirt.
got my open bar shirt on.
There you
It was
go.
just
I got
cold.
my
Well-
open bar shirt on.
No, you know
got-
exactly.
Hey, let me get that
Ron then
long
brought the
sleeve.
winter back.
Yeah, we need to
I
let
brought the window back.
Ron did. It's your fault.
let
How did I
Jack
bring
Frost
the window
know.
back?
We know he a real G, man. He ain't got to keep it 100
This
no
has
more.
been.
Always.
Why is winter for holding on so long?
Yeah,
I'm
they
like-
don't want to let go.
Because
Global
When
climate
Obama
change.
was the president, winter came,
Right.
spring came on time.
I don't know why people put Obama
I'm
like
just
he
saying.
just did all
When
this
he
for
was
everybody.
the president,
Hey,
spring came
we
on
gonna
time.
give
Obama
credit
ain't
for
got
something.
nothing to do with the
He
president.
ain't get credit for nothing he did right.
I'm just saying, at least
The
spring came
Affordable
on
Health
time.
Care Act.
No, I don't think people giving credit
Spring
to
came on
Obama. I
time.
think people are just everything that go wrong is Trump fault. So that's the difference. I think.
Well, he did make an
Everybody-
No,
announcement
they
today.
give him-
Hey,
He
you
did
know you're
say
right.
that
We doing him the
taxes-
way
I
they did
think they're
Obama.
doing everything
Everything
that go wrong
Obama
with Trump.
did,
What
they were
Trump
taking
did
from
say
him.
he was going to give you a smaller form or something like. First of all, why are all of his speeches or something like that? There's always a clause after the thing he says he's going to do.
That's the way he
just,
talks.
Just to
That's
get
just-
out of, like, you know, or something. There's going to be a smaller form next year, much smaller than the one you have now, with a little bit of information.
Just like did y'all hear about the man that he got that threatened that poor little prostitute, the little innocent
Yeah.
prostitute.
Lord, child.
Stormy Daniels. I'm gonna
Stormy
call her
His
no
whole-
poor little
Yes.
prostitute.
Even
No
his
poor little
attorney
prostitute.
thinks he's unfit to be president. When your attorney says you're unfit, then
Yeah, that was
that's a
crazy.
problem.
Whose attorney said this?
His attorney,
Trump's
Trump's
attorney.
attorney says, you know, I don't think he's fit to be president, but not in that context, though, in another kind of way.
Right.
In
It was
another way.
it was a couple of things that was said, but it's like a lot of people who are leaving his camp are now coming back and saying, yeah, this dude got some issues.
Well, they know he has
And
issues.
you're right. You
But
right.
powerful people get away with issues all the time.
Well,
That's the thing.
This is less
But
about policy.
But he has like about 3 powerful people's issues. You know what I'm saying? He has like about 3 doses.
Including Omarosa. She
But-
think he crazy
but
too.
guys,
She think
He's running this
She's
presidency
crazy.
like it's the freaking Apprentice. I mean, he really is. He is as a TV talk show person or
Well,
TV
you know
show
what?
guy,
You
and
know-
he's running America like this is the Apprentice Trump.
Well, you know what? That's
and we
that's-
keep watching.
All he's looking for are the ratings. He's only
up.
concerned about ratings.
But you're right. You're right. But you gotta also think this is also Congress' fault too, because they can put a stop to all of this.
Well,
Yeah,
it's also
exactly.
our fault for not
But
enforcing
you're
term
right, but they
limits.
so prideful. They don't want to admit that he's a mess because he's a Republican.
Right.
But they should have stopped him early on. You know.
It's
right.
not, but I mean, and it's not just Congress. I mean, it's one. We also have to think about local politics. People need to be more involved.
Yeah, but we haven't had
and
local politics since
and
he's
people
been
need
elected.
to be basically start holding their congressional representatives
Yeah, but
responsible.
they also using him too, you know.
And
Oh,
after,
yeah.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
So they
absolutely.
glad he's doing all this dumb. They like, if he can do stuff for us, we'll take it. But the other stuff, we're not gonna own that.
I mean,
let
we
me
know
just
he's a
say-
piece of shit. As long as we get that Republican in,
Exactly,
we good to
right.
go.
And after 2 days of full interviews from Mark Zuckerberg regarding Facebook's interference, I have no doubt in my mind that there was some collusion happening all the way around with social media.
Did you ever?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
I
yeah,
mean,
for
not
sure.
that I ever did, but I think, you want to give Mark Zuckerberg a little bit of benefit of the doubt. And Mark showed up. I mean, clearly he was high on something. He clearly had showed up
Mark
there on
Zuckerberg?
some narcotic. Absolutely. It's some
Really?
privilege.
I didn't watch it. I ain't
You
gonna
watched
front.
the interview.
I did.
Mark Eyes was
I didn't think he was high. I thought he was
Oh.
normal.
I didn't watch
Me
Listen,
either. I couldn't do it.
Mark eyes were red all the way around the lens. Like
it. He was tired. He ain't
No.
going to sleep on the red eye.
I
That
watched.
was not-
I watched the interview. I mean, the
Yeah.
thing is, I mean, also, in my particular industry, people are high all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Not to say that he's not all the time. I mean, think about being Mark Zuckerberg for a second.
So
though,
bad.
right?
Well, that was
Like, you
also
don't
because
Not
You're,
me.
you're not going to fill
me.
out an application anyway.
yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Like,
And plus,
But he's always been like that. If you look at all of Mark Zuckerberg's interviews, he's always like,
No,
I mean,
he wasn't.
Yes,
I mean, how do you think you came up with Facebook? That was a high ass thought, and it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was supposed to. I think it was originally supposed to like rape girls or something like that.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
it was something like that. It was a little different than what it became ultimately. But I think really what made him so odd and awkward was because first of all, he's kind of a nerd, right?
Yeah.
That's
He
the first
is a big
thing, and he's not used to
cool
being in the
these
public
days.
eye. He's a behind the scenes guy. But also, they dressed him up in clothes he doesn't wear. He wears a t-shirt every day.
You put him in a
They
jacket.
he knew he was talking to Congress, so his
Right.
lawyers had given him a whole list of stuff to memorize. You can't say this. You can't say this. You
But
can't
you
say
know
this.
what? You know what? Before we go to
wanna
the
misstep.
break, real quick. But I think Mark is like VH1. You know, back in the day when the whole cable first started, nobody watched VH1. It was all about MTV or whatever.
right about that.
And now VH1 is the hit show. So Mark is the new VH1.
VH1
That's the way I
showed
look
all
at
the
it.
80s music videos.
They did.
Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Nobody listen to VH1.
No.
Right.
Hey, but you're right, though. We
Yeah,
transitioned.
basically.
Right. Well, we're going to go to a quick song. We come right back with some hot topics. Yo, give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salute.
This is purple.
Oh, the drink of the day.
White happens to be black. You see purple? Yes.
Flipping the yam, turning her back to a lamb. We rocking the dope, soon as they get off your boat. Keeping it soft like a meat. Go on my link, coke in the sink. Topping that work like a rider. Serving the new Maserati in a brand new Maserati. That's a whole lot of new money. Sashing and hiding from 12. Moving the squares in them bills. Serving the runs to you. Beating that China like Kunta Kinte. Whipping it fish and brook. Flicking no syrup, I'm rolling them paint. Make myself about the boom.
And of course, I don't think that you can.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You tune into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. Yo, of course, I say every segment's my favorite segment, but this is my absolute favorite segment of the show.
No.
We introduce our drink of the day. Our drink of the day is no other than the sangria made from Dale's wife. I don't know, actually.
From my wife, wow.
Ooh.
I
So
can't
now
wait
you
to meet
taste
your
his
wife
wife?
because I would like her to know that I had nothing to do with their commentary.
His wife is
Last-
time enough for us.
I can't wait until
If she was in here-
Clearly, I need backup. Hello.
She is time enough for us. So if she was here, she'd be handling things.
Yeah.
But
That's what I
anyway,
do.
But she's not, so.
So Dale, do you know what she put in here?
Liquids.
I'm assume red wine. I don't know what kind. She used vodka. I remember the last time, right?
No.
She don't put vodka in her?
It's a Grand. Not
Grandma, yeah?
No. Grand Imperial. It's almost like
Grand Imperial. I'll taste a little. Does she have like a brandy or something in here?
I have no clue. I'm gonna hit her
This-
up. I'm gonna hit her up.
Tell her to call in. We need her to call
her
in and
call
tell
in,
everybody. She made so this was brought to us by the Dales. That's what I call it.
The rights.
Thank
The
you.
Dale Wrights, who is going to be our special guest
You got
tonight.
rid of this sweater today too.
I took mine off too. It was hot.
Yeah, it was
I don't
hot.
blame
It
you,
was
bro.
hot.
It got a little hot.
What are those?
So I just want to know. I
The
just
shirt.
got this really cool shirt in my hand. I just have to show
Right,
everybody,
you got to
right?
show everybody our shirts, the
And I
open
have
bar
to show everybody
shirts.
This shirt, right? Because they just put it in my hand. Isn't it just so pretty?
You should go on the next break. Make sure you change into it.
Yeah.
You can ride that. You can work that, girl. Anyway,
Wait, I don't understand. Was this a gift?
you can work that, girl.
He
Anyway,
bought you the crew cut.
You can order these shirts.
The family.
See, the V-necks help.
No, the family versions or the crew
Right.
cuts.
Family version.
Yes.
You can order these shirts online at openbartuesdays@gmail.com. Part of the proceeds to benefit the people of Puerto Rico. Now, our goal was to raise
Puerto Rico.
$5,000. People, we have raised every bit of $9.95. So
Yo,
we're
first
close
of
to
all,
our goal.
we gotta pick a different charity.
No, they still need help.
We got to
People.
stop lying to Puerto Rico.
Oh man.
Hey, look,
We started
in the-
sounding like 45.
in the
up
words
here.
of Kanye West.
No, Puerto Rico like, no, y'all fine.
In the words of Kanye West, the president hate Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? Or was it the president hate black people? What was he saying?
George Bush. Just
George Bush.
As whole countries. It's
Yeah.
back. It was the country.
No, I was trying to be Kanye West,
did
but
say it.
anyway.
President
Yo,
Bush
But no,
hates.
but Puerto Rico is really dope. So again, you can get your shirts for Open Bar Tuesday, and you can donate to. I think it's a great cause.
It's
I mean,
a
my
great
girlfriend
cause. We're
just
gonna
got
raise
back
some
from
money
Puerto
for them.
Rico.
They have a
She
sweatshirt.
did like
Show
a
them
2 week.
sweatshirt, too.
Oh, the
Oh, we have a
sweatshirt.
sweatshirt too.
Yeah, so the sweatshirt
Man,
I was
you
trying to
got
hold on
luncheon.
to for me,
I
and
brought all
like,
this crap
because
in you.
I need this sweatshirt everywhere I go. Look at this.
That's red. It's going to get on your shirt.
Yeah.
Don't cover my
Okay?
face.
I need
the
this
back.
sweatshirt. So,
Don't cover
Flip
my
the back. What's
Don't
on the
cover
oh,
my
I gotta
face.
flip the back. Okay,
Come on
hold
now.
on.
You got a terrible.
I know.
Vanna
Where's
White,
our Vanna
Ambassadors,
White?
huh?
right?
I know. See that?
Sell the
would be
product.
me.
Sell
Sell
the
the
product.
product.
These are really, really nice. I don't know, as an honorary member, if I'm getting a complimentary shirt, they're gonna try to tax
Don't-
me since it's
don't
National
cut-
Tax Day.
Right.
Throw
Basically.
I have to
hey,
negotiate the terms off of line.
What were you saying?
throw country one that's non-wrinkled, please, and I'll rock it.
That's non-wrinkled.
I think I
Well,
still
you can
think
wear it next
we
week.
cannot forget about Puerto Rico since
You
our
so
president
swole,
didn't know.
you'll push the wrinkles out of that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, he's saying get one that's not wrinkled, but the people in Puerto Rico can't even iron. So
what
you
I'm
got
saying is that our president
You gotta be a
didn't
team player, man.
realize
Right.
that he
You know
was
what? That's
also
really
the
mean
president
you
of Puerto
to say
Rico.
Give them something that they can't even use electricity to iron with. That's pretty mean.
Oh.
You knew that
Well,
they couldn't do that.
so when my girlfriend just got
You
back,
gonna point out their
LJM.
weakness?
Shout out to the next Miss Black, Miss America, and she just got
shout
back from Puerto Rico, and she was there working on a missionaries, and there were certain times in spaces.
well,
that
she
still
there
did
on
not have power.
vacation. Come on, be real.
She was there on a missionary trip, and there were certain spaces that did not have
What was her
power.
mission?
Spring break.
Right.
The mission was
She
to
got the
support-
best tan. Sorry, go ahead, Precious. Go ahead, Precious. 1 second, sweetie. We need to go to. No, I'm just saying. Go
Hold
ahead.
on, don't call her precious, man.
But no,
That's
our
wrong.
president did not
She
realize
found Don Juan
that
over
he
there
was
too.
also the president of Puerto Rico, and so I still think it's important that we do not
forget about
continue to bring that up.
Exactly, bring notice to that.
Because I think he went there throwing paper towels.
That was hot. That was hilarious. I'm sorry.
It was not.
It was
funny.
hot?
It was not funny. It was disrespectful.
It was hot out there. Them people need to wipe sweat. I don't know. Y'all put too much. Y'all get that man.
And then it was and then he threw it like he didn't want to touch the people that was gonna get the paper towel.
They hadn't had baths in weeks.
I'm about to say, you know what? Y'all do that too, because I know that. I do that when I go to homeless. I always make sure I have at least $4 in my car when I'm driving. I know I'm gonna be done. But when they come close to me and they did try, I'll be like, oh no, here. you know.
Do you?
I do. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
don't do that.
That's terrible.
That's
But
terrible.
I give them the money.
You know, it's terrible.
I don't even shake everybody's
He
hand.
does not believe that he is the president of the people in Puerto Rico. First of all,
Yeah, a lot of people,
They have their own
A
president.
lot of people didn't know about that.
And then I saw a meme. The memes. I just want to give a shout out to all the people in the world that are creating these memes, because
Yeah.
the meme that had him facing himself when the president of Puerto Rico meets the president of the United States.
It was hilarious.
That's kind of slick.
So
sad and hilarious, but it's the fact that this is a reality.
To be fair, and also to play the devil's advocate,
Oh, do you have-
how many people knew that Puerto Rico was a colony?
Exactly.
I mean,
A lot of people didn't know it.
It's
sad to say that.
actually a
American
territory.
But a lot of people,
How
a lot
many
of
people
didn't
know
it,
that
though.
it's
No,
a
a lot
not
of
a colony?
people don't know.
Yeah, but
My
a lot of people
bad.
don't know it.
No,
Not
but
a colony,
people
but a
aren't being
territory.
honest. It's just like when Portia Williams said that
agree.
she thought that train was a real train. I thought the same thing. So everybody, no, I'm
The
just,
Underground Railroad was a
You
real
did.
road.
You did. Don't lie. You know you did.
I'm just kidding.
She said she thought the Underground Railroad
Harriet
was a
Tubman's
real
Underground
train.
Railroad was
Right.
a
But
real
I'm just
Who
saying,
said that out loud?
portion.
people
Who is
are
that?
not being honest. There was a million people who thought that. There's a million other people who thought that too. And then like she just did it.
No, a
I
million
don't
people
know
didn't
who
think
Portia
that.
is. Portia Stewart. We're talking about Portia
Portia
Stewart.
Stewart. Anyway,
Real Housewives.
that's a good
And
segment
Hot
to go.
Ron, which is his,
Yeah.
wife to be.
That's
right?
my wife to be. Portia, I'm here for you,
I
baby.
ain't gonna
Two
front.
big dummies
She
belong
don't
together.
have nothing up here, but she's good to look at.
She's
Yeah, she is.
She's
Portia
really
is
good.
smart.
Underground Railroad
Portia
was not
runs
trained
7
Portia,
businesses.
I'm
She's
sorry.
verse. It wasn't. Phaedra told her.
She learned
You know,
on the
Phaedra caught her
show.
up. Anyway, hot topics. What do y'all think? Let's
Let's
go
go.
straight to
All
some
right,
hot
let's
I
do
have
topics.
it.
to go to Coachella. We have to immediately.
No, I'm gonna let me. Okay,
gotta
we
go to
definitely going to
Barbara Bush
Coachella.
time.
Let me. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
Barbara
that was
Bush.
part of his
Come on
report,
now.
but Barbara,
Oh, my bad.
he did a whole report.
Oh yes, rest in peace.
So let him run. That's in
Yeah,
his
let-
politics
yeah,
report.
yeah, you
But
do
somebody
your
else
thing,
did die.
Country.
And hot topics that I was kind of sad about. So, are you guys 80 babies here? Everybody watch TV in
I was
80s.
born in
So y'all remember the show
I
Night
was born
Court?
in the 90s.
He's born in '80, so
Night.
he don't count.
Y'all remember the show Night Court?
Yeah,
Remember the
remember that
judge?
show.
that was a great show. I love that
He
show.
died today.
He did.
Oh no.
Yeah,
rest in
they
peace.
caught him and they found him in his apartment.
Anderson.
Harry Anderson.
How old was he?
5 years old.
How old was he?
65.
That was young.
Cat. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
young.
mean, it's
I was saddened
they
because
say
I
it
thought he
happens in
was.
That's
threes
3 years
then.
younger than you, Pass.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean that was young, man. See, what can I say? But listen,
that's a little bit older than the Iotas.
but
You are
you
not
know
right,
you would think a
Ron.
comedian, who's laughing and stuff would live a little bit longer, man. you
Right.
know?
I felt I was kind of sad.
Did they say why
I
he
was like-
died? How he died?
Stress of the loud.
But no, they just said that they found him in his apartment. Yeah, he was 65,
Dang.
and
If I'm in an apartment.
In his
Yeah.
apartment.
how'd he die on top of me? Yeah, they ain't say all that, so we don't know.
But I mean, being
Just
in the
see-
limelight in any capacity can add its own stress. Fame can add its own stress.
For sure.
And you never know what type of choice. And hopefully
Right.
people never
You're
get
blinded by
addicted to any choice drugs. But that
Right.
is something that ends up happening.
Well, we're gonna.
Fame is a
I know
drug.
that's what I want to be able to do.
It
I want
is.
to be able
Social
to get rich
media
enough
has
where I can
become
just
a
do
new
any
drug.
known to man and say that's I don't have to worry about it.
But you know, I think
did
80
that.
stars are stressed out because they probably looking at all of the reality stars today like
making
this is
big money,
crazy. They're
making
like,
millions.
they're like, this
and-
is crazy.
And
How
they,
hard
and
I
they,
work to
right.
get here.
Exactly.
It's bound
On my
to-
craft, right?
Night Court was the biggest show probably during that season. It was like probably had the
Yep.
top ratings. They
Early
probably
80s.
each one of them, Marsha Gibbs and all those, they was probably making $5,000 an episode.
But that's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
Marshall
saying.
Warfield.
You say he died in
Warfield,
his
I'm sorry.
apartment. I'm thinking, why can't he die in his
Well,
apartment?
Maybe it was his condo. Maybe it was his,
Maybe
maybe
it
he
was
owned
a
it.
apartment. I can't
Well,
say,
no, he lived in North Carolina.
So he was
So,
living
He
a
had an
peaceful
apartment in
life.
North Carolina.
I mean,
It wasn't
apartments
a-
in North Carolina are listen. Apartment in North Carolina. I was just talking about that earlier with Jonathan.
I don't know if it was an
$40.
apartment. It was a home. They said his home in North Carolina. It could have been a house.
If
so.
it was, he could have been
He's
an
a funny
apartment,
guy,
a
though.
home.
Yeah, he had a little bit of money,
Yeah.
but
So anyway,
I like
my
my man.
salute moment goes
Absolutely.
to
Harry
Salute.
Harry.
Rest in
Harry
power.
Anderson,
Yeah, I
huh?
got it by
And he
now.
wasn't even a real
Judge.
judge. We call him a judge, though, right? That's
So-
how people can't live down
Right.
the road.
Can't
right?
live down the road.
Those people-
But you know
A
what?
lot
The
of them judges
biggest
on
thing.
TV aren't judges,
the
though.
Well, I mean,
biggest.
he definitely
Yeah.
wasn't a judge, though. That
That's. He was a TV guy.
He was not Judge Wapner
basically
People's Court.
Like what?
Angela has no idea who Harry Anderson was. He never even seen the
Oh,
man
you know
before.
from the
Yeah,
80s.
He's a baby.
Let's pull up a picture.
Jacob,
No,
do
no,
you
no,
know
no,
who
because
Judge
Jacob's
Wapner is?
Jacob's like a baby. Like him and Country both.
You didn't know. You never heard of Night Court.
No,
the
they never
show.
seen that show.
You never seen
Can
Night
we
Court?
do a Google search to pull up the
Hey,
picture?
Kid doing that
okay.
time. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you know who
That's
Judge
cool.
Wapner is?
His name is
Dang.
His name is what's
Huh?
his name again?
Judge Wapner was the original judge from People's Court.
Yeah.
Toya.
Harry Anderson was his name. Harry Anderson. Well, you know what? Look at it at your own time. We're gonna move on real quick. Yo, the biggest concert ever happened this weekend. Of course, we talked about it. She talked about the Coachella. Everybody know what the
did.
Coachella
Coachella,
is?
yeah.
Of course,
I
Ron
wanna
wants to
go now.
focus on
And Beyonce.
Ron wants to
Coachella.
focus on
Coachella.
Beyonce.
Yo,
That's what I want to talk about.
Bay performed for her life. I don't care
It
what
was
y'all
2
said.
hours. It was 2 hours.
She did
performance.
excellent. But poor Michelle just can't win for losing. Poor thing.
Michelle Williams.
Michelle Williams. So she brought out Destiny Child, of course. They rock everybody, but poor Michelle done lost a couple more pounds, right?
Yes.
So
Wow.
they did this whole
Let's
twerk
pray for
scene.
Michelle. We don't know if Michelle's okay or not. Let's
She's
pray for
okay.
her.
We ain't gonna
Let's
do
pray
that.
for her
Yeah,
health.
they said
She
she was
came
joking.
up when she joined Destiny
They said
Child.
she was joking about her own. She was laughing at herself.
But it was funny. If y'all,
It
I
was
wish we
very
could play the
funny.
video. I don't know if we can afford that, but it was a video of them when they broke down
No, we
"Make Me
can't
Lose
play
My
it.
Breath," and so they were doing a twerk scene. So they all twerked. Kelly
Kelly
did
rolled
it
it.
first. Kelly was hot.
Stuck the butt out.
Beyonce
Nice.
got and
stuck the butt out. It was
here
nice.
go Michelle and her back. Poor
Just her
thing.
back
She
move.
did.
Just her back.
It was so
Why-
sad.
This is why you
I
need
haven't
a
seen
woman
it.
Oh
on
my
this
God.
show
All right,
because
tell us about
you
that.
would focus first on the twerk versus the reality that Beyonce was the first woman
Black
African American woman because
Yeah.
it's two separate
Yeah,
things,
black
right?
woman.
She was not only the first African American woman, but she was the first woman to perform at Coachella.
Yes, she was.
Okay, and she brought her entire family to perform with
She
her.
did. Everybody came
so
out.
let's talk about the historic.
Well, I'm gonna
factor
say,
of it.
I'm gonna
Was
say.
Matthew
To the
there?
twerk.
Well,
And one-
let
and-
me just say
Well,
that.
it's just a concert.
Let me
It's
just
not like
say
she changed
my.
the world.
Yeah, and let me
You
just
know,
say
the
this:
significance
hot topics
of
is
it.
not that deep. Y'all,
Right.
the other
Not
segments
like
are the
she
deep
got-
segments.
also-
Right,
and
exactly.
Hold
also-
up. Hold up. Was Matthew there and his
Matthew-
and Beyonce? The little
Right,
brother?
was a step,
Family wasn't
was a
there.
step baby there?
was-
Huh?
Her
Her step
mother,
baby
sister.
brother.
And was the mother's new husband there? I ain't see him. Solange
They were
did come on
backstage.
stage.
They
Solange came on the stage.
That's terrible.
Oh,
Look
but
at-
one
but look at
another
the-
thing,
look at this
another
presence here.
that's true. Another thing that Beyonce did do, I'm gonna talk about it since she
That's
got
a
us
wardrobe
deep on it.
malfunction,
That
right?
Beyonce from this event, she started out. She got a representative from all the HBCUs throughout the,
All of 'em.
and
She
they all
gave-
performed. They opened up the show in a marching band.
She
So like,
gave
she had one of the
100,000.
dancers from each band. She had one of the
She
the
introduced
musicians.
the
It was just
entire
amazing.
world to. So here's what's
To
significant.
HBCU.
She introduced the entire world to not just HBCUs, but HBCU culture, African American culture, and then following that, made contributions to historically black colleges. and universities.
$100,000.
The same thing Different World did, but it's
$100,000 to
okay.
Every HBCU, she gave
She gave money, yeah.
$100,000
Well, that's all. That's
to
all.
every
About
HBCU.
3 of them that's left open anyway.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute,
That's a
sir.
lot of money.
You will not come from my HBCUs.
Hold
As a
on,
matter
I'm
of
not
fact,
saying anything.
on
Damn,
my
Damn,
Facebook-
didn't you go to Chicago State?
I went to Chicago.
On
State.
Isn't
my
that an
Facebook-
Isn't
It
that
is not.
technic?
It's
Isn't that
not.
technically?
No, it was a wannabe.
It's a
HBCU.
lot.
LSU.
Well,
It
people,
wanted to be-
people,
it
I don't want to
wanted
move
to
off
be.
the subject. Mario, salute goes to Beyonce at the
Salute.
Coachella.
She
She
said
did a great job.
CSU
But
is
since
a
we're
fake.
moving on,
Salute.
since we're moving on to schools, of course, this is prom season,
Okay.
and so the latest thing, the Twitter is going crazy. Black Twitter especially. This young lady, she came on her prom. She called it Fresh to Death Prom, and she came out in a casket. That's how she came out. Did y'all see that picture?
I did see
I
that.
heard somebody say it was casket
Oh my
shop or
God.
something like that. So they
It
should
was
put it in a
terrible.
casket.
What father or mother would allow that? I would never
If you
allow
saw
my
that
baby.
pass, would you have prayed
Can
over
you
it?
pull that picture up, big guy? It was prom picture.
I would
I
pray
didn't see
for
that.
it.
We're gonna find
Not
it.
over, but
Like,
And she had on makeup like she
She had
was
a makeup.
dead.
She looked like she was dead. It was,
but the sad thing is that her parents. This
Allowed
is her level of awareness. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that's just in bad taste.
Prom is
It's
not
dumb. It's all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying?
Now we
Talk
don't know if
about
this
you.
young lady worked or her boyfriend worked, and they paid for it out of their own pocket, and their parents
They
ain't
might
had nothing
have
to do with it.
Well, maybe they didn't have anything, but still, you're supposed to have enough influence over your kids, right? That's why you gotta
right, bro.
know,
she had
You
a
got
hearse.
called stupid what it
influence
is.
to be able
Right.
to tell
I
them,
need
listen,
I need evidence.
you could do that
Right here.
but that's dumb.
But hold
I
on.
mean,
He's gonna bring the picture up.
But let's keep talking about it until he finds it.
But yeah, like you said, I'm like, I would not allow.
There
Look at
she
this.
is.
I would not allow my daughter. I'd be like, are you crazy?
Fresh to death.
Yeah, I'd be like, you could do
That's
that, baby,
not-
but
you know, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
My sister said she saw the craziness.
But my thing is, I'm saying you can be as you know out of the box as you want to be, but babe, some stuff is just dumb. That's just dumb.
Yo,
You
so
know?
true.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because
Yeah, it's
it's
dumb.
just people are
You
getting.
gotta tell your kids, and hopefully there's at 18, 17, they're old enough to
But she
hear
wasn't
what
the
you're
first
saying.
one to do it though.
I've never saw that.
But you're right. But it's gonna be somebody that
Oh.
comes out next year that tries to outdo this, and they're like, and it's
Oh, yeah.
like, and I'm telling you right
There was
now,
another young lady who had and her date, they had on like a matching whole outfit, and her dress was a beautiful dress, but the back of it was all sheer, right on her butt cheeks.
Ooh.
Was sheer, and it's like
And what daddy will allow that?
no, his was regular suit.
Everybody, you gotta remember, we living in an era where everybody daddy was not around.
Well,
No, this is true.
but
And-
that's sad. Anyway, I want to go ahead.
No.
Let you say one last thing. I know because we kind
He
of.
said
no, we
that's
just
what
we
you
just
had.
hope that her date didn't turn around and his butt cheeks was out.
Speaking of bad parenting, of course, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson had their baby. Of course,
right.
unfortunately, everybody know about the whole situation with him and the other women. Everybody, are you guys
Well,
familiar with
actually,
that?
tell us a little
alleged.
bit about it though.
Alleged?
Fill us in on it though.
Well, apparently or allegedly,
They could have
they
sleepover.
they found some sex tapes came out of him and other women. And
sex tapes? I
Sex
thought it was
tapes.
just videos of them.
Well, it was videos of him kissing a girl at a
Right.
club. Then there's an actual video of the girl, the side chick, actually taped, them in act. I don't know how she had that
Wow.
camera. She was like, and she posted it all out.
Oh,
but
my
anyway,
goodness.
of course, Khloe is still saying that they are still doing well. But apparently,
see bad.
Chris and what's the other the
Kim?
main Kim, they came to Chicago, and I think they kind of Cleveland. I'm
Not
sorry,
Chicago.
Cleveland. I'm sorry,
Something I said.
and they kind of packing her up to move back to L.A.
Really?
But
the
she's
thing-
still
the
holding
thing
face
about
like
it
they're
is
doing good.
They had the baby. They named the baby what?
True. That's the hilarious part.
True.
The baby name is True Thomas.
Well,
Thompson.
Apparently,
Thompson.
according
But the thing about it
Kris
is, it's not like this is a recent incident. See, everybody's looking
What-
at
what-
this as a recent incident. This thing happened like 5 months ago.
Well,
Right, no
but
doubt.
the whole thing is everybody's
He changed.
everybody's
he changed
saying
after
What is
New
the
Year.
everybody's
significance
saying
of this
everybody's saying that
conversation?
they feel sorry for Khloe. Well, when he originally met Khloe,
I just wanna know
hold on
what-
one second,
Yes,
sweetie.
yes,
Everybody,
yes.
when he originally met
Significance here.
when he originally met Khloe,
Yeah.
his girlfriend was pregnant.
She was about to
So
pop
the
any
same
moment,
thing that
right?
happened to her is happening to Khloe. So
Yeah.
everybody's feeling sorry for Khloe, but when
No
she
doubt.
did the same thing
And I know
earlier.
it was over this brother because he's dating a woman that he has to pay for her hotel room, her airfare. Khloe can buy the hotel, so why you
Right.
kicking it with a you
We have
mess
a
with the
listener
higher
that said
help.
this is the gossip hotline.
For sure. Well, this is
I
this
mean,
is hot
that's
topics right
silly.
here.
This is the hot topic segment. After
I
that, we
will
move
agree.
on. And then, lastly, on hot topics, of course, and kind of serious. Of course, the whole Starbucks situation took
Yeah.
place, and
It's in Philly,
We're sending you to
And
training
Philly.
with them.
right?
Yes,
You
we're
need some
sending-
sensitivity
We're
training.
sending Ron.
Actually, they're not doing
training.
sensitivity training. They're actually doing race training.
Ron needs to go race
And they actually
training,
need it.
gender training. What are the other ones, Ron? We're gonna send you to all of them.
Yeah.
no, what people need to realize,
Get
this
you
is
back
hot
as a new
topics.
person.
Hot topics. You're supposed to talk about stuff that
Yeah.
kind of go.
No,
under
we're
the
not
ground.
talking about you right now. We're talking about you off air. In your own
In real life.
comments.
But I mean, that whole situation was crazy. The guys were just because I go to Starbucks, I have meetings all the time. I had interviews at Starbucks.
The only thing I think about that
No, he wasn't gonna get the job.
Right? You just want a free
I-
cup.
I
I turned down plenty of
The
jobs.
whole
Here's where my 2 cents on Starbucks.
We're not
is
talking
this,
about
right?
personal jobs. Go
2
ahead.
cents is that Starbucks had a bad employee that called the police
Bad manager, yeah.
on a bad
I heard it
manager,
was a sister.
No, it
that
was a white
called the
woman.
police.
White
White
woman.
woman.
Yeah.
I heard that. Someone told me it was a sister.
That is the challenge with those particular individuals. Do I think this is it couldn't hurt if your organization chooses to have this type of training,
Has
but
more
I think
open
to
training, yeah.
I think to put the entire incident on Starbucks, the corporation,
Right.
People
right.
are reaching.
versus the
Everybody
Nah,
goes to
nah.
Starbucks just to
And-
chill. So
versus
No, they got to take it. You know what I'm saying? They got to take
No,
it.
they don't because they're franchised. They're not all
It
corporately owned.
listen, it doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna be in 2018 and be arresting people for sitting in your store.
absurd.
Hold on. Another video came out. Or a young man in California already who has his own video when he asked the manager for the code to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give it to. She wouldn't give it to him. And then a
same
white guy
manager.
comes up,
The same
same
manager.
person, gives the white person the code. They go use the
Right.
bathroom. So again,
discrimination
the reason
factor.
why they had to do that is because stuff
There's
is
a-
already coming.
it
They
could be a
trying to
pattern.
keep out. They're doing damage
Yeah.
control. Other stuff is coming, and the problem is we in cell phone age where we can know you can fight me when I can't prove to you that it's happening in more places than one. But
Right.
now you can't stop it because people are telling their stories.
Right.
Well, I would say it cannot hurt. I agree that it cannot hurt to send.
And
your
everybody in
training.
Starbucks is not
But the
guilty, but
challenge
it
is
doesn't
this.
matter.
What's the curriculum? Here's what's another reality.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we
is
got that. Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
mean-
say, we sent them to training, but if you didn't learn
I agree with
anything,
that.
Right.
then you just shut down shops and operations. And then again, my question is always, where's the restorative justice?
The good thing is that the woman was fired, or she apparently resigned.
She resigned.
She resigned. Wow.
But and
She had to. I
the
mean,
the
resignation.
CEO of Starbucks
I think
actually
she's with
came
the,
to was it Philly
administration
or
now.
Chicago?
Yeah, Philly.
Came to
He met
Philly.
with the young men.
Okay, I'll let you tell it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just want you to go ahead.
Oh, he's mad.
No,
Right?
Come on now.
You need sensitivity training,
not
man.
mad.
Yo, okay, so no,
You
the
need anger
CEO
management
of
training,
Starbucks came
That's
and
similar,
met with.
but
I
and
wasn't mad for real. I want you to keep going.
It's similar to the effect. Let me say this: similar to the fact where DC police officers are now being asked to take training on.
That was part of my
African history.
topics.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I
She
helped you
ran my
segue.
paper. She
Exactly,
good.
but this
I
is
didn't
thing.
Cheating off
read
your
it,
paper.
but
She ran
it's
my
similar
paper.
because we're talking about now taking.
Well, actually, it is true now. Apparently, the force right now, the DC cops, cadets.
Yes.
Now it's a conceptualized program made by UDC that's going to talk about. That's going to teach them about. It also is made through the Smithsonian.
Right.
And it's going to teach them about Black history as
Yes.
well as pretty much dealing with Black
Which
people.
I'm also wondering what Black history are they going to get, which is back to Sharice's
That-
point.
Back to what is the
Again,
curriculum?
before that, just to say, Starbucks have to take the L. Like whole company has to take the L, even though it was one person. This means that the company has to be doing proactive stuff. They need to be making sure. First of all, what day do you think you're in? You can't call somebody a fag. You can't hold on. You can't do something for a white person in 1 hour and you just deny the Black person. You can't do this stuff today. And so when a company is not already on top of that, by
Right.
this time, like H&M already showed you the way.
Right.
Now, if you're not on top of it by now, yeah, everybody got to
But
stop
let's
for a
be
day and
clear,
take
let's be
training,
clear, let's
go
be
through the
clear.
motions and make people feel
As
better.
much as the employee should have been fired or not resigned with honorary whatever, the police in this situation needs to be reprimanded.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
shouldn't arrest.
How
Why are
not
you
only-
arresting
Well,
somebody for nothing?
that's a different conversation.
But-
Be-
That could have been. They was just doing what they were
Starbucks.
supposed to do.
No, the
But
police
even
were
with-
just doing their
when the
job.
police gets-
Yeah.
No, your job is not to arrest someone for sitting in a lobby.
point,
good
Where's
point.
there
If,
against the law?
if
If-
that person
But
is
but
saying,
if, but
But
if
I
they
heard on that
refuse
tape
to
that they
leave on
asked
their
him,
own,
yes.
but what law is
Let-
that?
all right, so
against?
let me-
It's not.
Let's
It's
pause.
not. It's not. If,
Hold
here's
on.
the thing. Here's the thing. The Starbucks manager called the police.
Yes.
And by law and by
They
the
have to
rules,
act it out.
by law and by the rules, the police officers have to respond.
Oh, okay.
Now, when they picked up the gentleman, there was nothing that they
Hold on.
physically charge or hold him on. So
Question.
they let him go.
Question.
That's
Did,
not-
que- hold
It-
question.
I'm not-
Qu-
I'm
no,
not-
no.
it's not
Qu-
right
Here's my
now.
question. Did they first? Do you know whether they first asked him to leave?
They did. On the
They
tape, you
did.
hear the
They
cop
did.
say you have to leave, and he
They
said,
did.
we're not leaving.
And
You
he
hear him.
and
Oh,
so
okay,
they're
right,
saying-
right. So they
they
So I'm
did.
just saying that the
False arrest.
police can come to any facility and ask someone to leave without probable cause.
If somebody
hold
asks
on.
you to,
If the owner,
if
if
the owner,
the
that owner, or the manager of that
facility
establishment,
says, I
Jake,
want them to leave.
our
yes.
producer, if our producer decide to say, you know what, all of y'all leave, and we be like, no, we paid for blah 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 blah. I'm gonna call the police and say that
Said
y'all
that
are
happened to us
threatening
in
me.
the harbor.
You know, Jake is
Right.
our man. Jake is our man. He's amazing. But if he was to say that, the police would have an obligation to come, and they
Wow.
would have
That's
no
true.
choice but to follow
Make sure
the
that we
rules.
leave.
Well,
It's messed up.
right.
And
yeah.
if
But-
we refuse to leave, then they
I
can
would like
arrest
to
us.
close
Yeah.
out and get a silent moment to those two brothers who started the
Salute
protest.
to
Good
them.
luck with them,
I
yo,
hope
and
they
everything.
get the what is the GoFundMe that everybody gets for everything else?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Their
GoFundMe to those
their
guys.
They gotta
mule,
they
their
gotta
mule
GoFundMe?
in 30
Really?
counts. 30
I don't
acres
know.
or whatever. Anyway, yo, we'll be
Wow.
right
40
back.
acres.
30 acres.
40
Damn,
acres
we even
and-
got
and-
30
30 off of that, right?
And the
You
rest
trying to
of,
rob them of some acres?
I know, right?
and the
Yo.
rest
I
of
have a
the
big
and the rest of
announcement
the and the rest of the railroad that you know Portia left.
and Ron.
And we're
think
gonna
is
come right
available.
back with who's gonna be in the and then of course you got a special announcement. We come right back and who's gonna be in your lounge.
We got the man. We got the Emmy Award winning Dale right in the house.
Wow.
And that right
Emmy
now.
Award.
Where is he?
All right,
That
all right.
chump, he sounds Slim
And-
Shady-ish.
and we're gonna call and who you gonna have too? Who we gonna have?
Mr. Jonathan Pinnell, Connecting Communities here.
We're gonna talk about you're gonna meet with him. So you're gonna bring him up. We're gonna talk, and we'll be right back. If to call it 202-656-1 bar. Salute.
Salute.
You get the T-shirt?
Hey guys, so I am signing off.
I'm thinking about it right now. I'm holding the cash while I pour the lean.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the Open Bar.
Salute.
Want to give a special shout out to some people watching us live on Facebook. Shout out to Ann McPherson. Thank you for listening. Alicia Smith, congratulations on a great event this weekend, the Epilepsy Walk. And shout out to Jeffrey Banks, man. You keep your head out. I know you got kicked out of the hotel and all that good stuff. We'll talk about that later. But Pastor, who we got in the lounge?
Tonight we got the Emmy Award-winning Dale Wright is in the house.
Come on.
Executive producer of this show, but now I'm just the Emmy Award winner.
No, exactly. And he's the executive producer of the show Open Bar Tuesdays and all that good stuff.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Right? I hear you. Everything is alleged.
All right. Everything's alleged.
So we got a real
He's
gifted
the
guy.
Emmy Award-winning cameraman,
Right?
as they say.
No, you gotta say it
I use a
right.
point and shoot, so
You gotta
I'm
say it
good.
right. Videographer.
Videographer.
Yeah, shut up and
I'm
shoot.
sorry.
Shut up and shoot. All right, so yeah, he's in the house tonight. You know, Dale does a lot of things, man. So first of all, real quick, just so everybody can really, these are real Emmys. So like,
These are real Emmys.
and you earn these basically by what?
Documenting events, different events. This
Like
one
major
of-
events that go down,
Major
right?
events. One is from the Navy Yard shooting. One is from we had a special at Channel 7 WJLA. We had a special 7 on Your Side.
Right.
So we did things like that. And
One is the explosion from Silver Spring.
Silver Spring, the fire in Silver Spring, and actually my mother has the other one. Mom's is in Chicago. She came to visit. She said, "I want one." I'm like, "Okay, here you go."
Took one of
you
them
know,
home.
Mom's got to have one.
So how did you get into that line of work, shooting the videos and the photography for the news? National
Actually, I started in the Air Force. I got out of high school, and I was like, I should go straight to college. I said, I'm tired of, school. So I went to the Air Force, and I learned motion picture and TV for the Air Force for 4 years. So we traveled around the world just documenting a lot of, different military events and different things like that. And then left there, went to Tucson, Arizona, then Phoenix, Arizona, then Chicago. Now I'm here
How was
in
that in
DC.
the service, man? You like a hard head, man. So
I know, right? No. One thing
Uncle Sam
about
handle
me,
you.
see, one thing about a lot of the guys tell me now, like one thing about you, you won't complain. You'll get it done and then complain. That's what the military teaches you. Just get it done.
Then you can complain all
Then
you
you can
want.
complain all you want. You can't complain while you're doing it, because Yeah. So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so what's the best part about this industry right here, shooting stuff like when you?
Every day is different. Every single day. I've been doing this for 36 years. Every single day is totally different. I never had the same day twice.
Never bored.
Never bored. You meet interesting people. You meet interesting. You're in interesting situations where you just sitting there like, wow, I can't believe that.
Right.
And I'm sitting here. I was just telling someone just recently when I was in Chicago, I was shooting stuff for ESPN. I was on the floor. The Bulls had just won a championship. I'm standing with Dennis Rodman and Scotty, and I'm sitting there with my camera shooting and waiting for them to, get their
Right.
the award, the trophy. And you know what was on my mind?
What?
Damn, it's gonna be traffic when I leave here. I got confetti all over me. It's like
The only thing you can think.
the only thing I think of, like, man, traffic. And
gonna be
man, maybe I'll
crazy.
stop off and get something to eat when I go home. And I'm in the middle. I mean, literally,
Once in a lifetime moment right there with MJ, everybody right there.
You get used to it though. You get used to
more
it.
importantly, have you ever video Beyonce?
I have never met Beyonce, never met Jay-Z.
You ain't live, man. Take your
I know,
image
right,
back.
right.
All right, so one last thing about the camera stuff, and that is this: have you ever been telling a guy or whoever the female you were shooting like over to the left, to the right, and you getting them all set up and everything, and you were shooting, and after everything was done, you ain't had the camera on?
No, I have double punch.
You ain't even get the shot.
Yeah, that's what they call it. They call it double punch. You go back, you hit it once, you thinking it's recording,
Right.
and then you hit it twice. You may hit it.
And you hit it
another
on
time,
and back
yeah.
off.
Sometimes you got stuff that you're walking down the street for 10 minutes.
Right. That you didn't
You're
even
like,
know.
okay, then when you start shooting and doing stuff again, like, wait a minute, I was rolling for 10 minutes. So yeah, I've actually done stuff like that.
All right. So what is your hand in right now, racing right now? What you passionate about right now? What you doing?
Retirement, bro.
Straight up.
Oh man, I'm trying to get out the game.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, boss.
I'm trying to get out
Ain't
the
nothing
game.
wrong.
Are they gonna let you go with your full ride and everything?
I
They
was
want 5 more years, don't they?
they probably. I probably should do another 10 years, but I'm trying to cut it down to 5 or 6.
Where you trying to retire to?
Arizona. Go out to Arizona. Me and the missus like Arizona. We like that. We're not she's from here, so that's her fault. So we're not going back to
Wait a minute,
Chicago.
I'm a native Washingtonian. Watch it.
Yeah, probably Arizona, somewhere out
Watch
west.
it.
I'm a
Hey,
West
man.
Coast type of guy.
And
Panama,
she's the one
Panama,
that-
bro. Panama City, man.
Actually, my brother-in-law is going to Panama tomorrow. They got a 6:00 flight going to Panama just to hang out at the jazz concert
That's
or
what's
something
up.
going on down
telling
there.
You know what? I want to ask you, what was your saddest thing that you videoed? Like that really, like when you went home, you were like, I can't believe I sat through this.
There was a murder of a family, a woman and her 2 kids, and the guy who did it was actually the father. And we saw the video. She worked at a daycare center. So we went to the scene. We did all that. And we found out she worked at a daycare center. So we went to daycare center. Then they were nice enough to show us the video last time she came in. And you saw the 2 little kids. One was 2, maybe one was 3. And they were walking. She had to go in.
That same day. It was like
that was the last time they saw them alive.
Right.
That evening, he came in and shot them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that
you
still
went to
sticks with me. And this is probably 12 years old.
Oh wow.
And then there's another event in Tucson where this guy was traveling. You know how they have cars stacked on a flatbed? Demo cars that they're just going to go to the scrap.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was moving his U-Haul truck, and for some reason, the guy slammed on his brakes with the cars. He slammed right into it. So we're sitting there in the middle of the night. They cut on the lights on the highway, I-10. They cut on the lights, and all you saw was his hand with his diamond ring, his wedding ring. And everything else was like steel. And you saw his knee, but you saw his hand just kind of hanging out. When the light hit it, you saw the sparkle from the diamond. I was like, man, and this is, I left Tucson in '88, so this is probably like '86, and it's still
Very dramatic, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a lot of things, you try not to remember, but it
You
comes
see
up.
'em. Absolutely. So tell me this: how'd you get connected with the Crazy Cats at Open Bar?
How
How did this
wow.
relationship begin? Like,
Tyrese, my wife's cousin,
okay,
was telling me about
McAllister. They were on the show the other week. Okay.
Yeah, they was telling me about this show and everything. So I watched it. I was like, they on to something. Open Bar is on to something. So the next week I came down here and talked with you guys and we started getting things together. Just loved it. Yeah, so
Okay.
since
2
my
years ago,
background,
huh?
since my background was in TV, I came in to try and help
Bend a little
sweeten
bit.
it up, change it up, different camera shots, just kind of make it move. But you guys doing a great job. This been in my garage for a minute.
He's trying to get them moved right there.
Yeah, these are my guys, though.
Hey man, well, much love, man. Much
Absolutely.
success for you and the Mrs. and you always Open Bar family. Dale Wright, everybody, come on.
Yeah.
You have a question?
Yeah,
What you
I
got
got
for
a
me,
question,
sister?
Because I think there are a lot of people who are aspiring videographers, aspiring journalists, aspiring photographers, and I'm just curious to know, like, what would be your advice to people that are looking to really kind of not just get a job, but really to make waves? I mean, is it that you have to plunge yourself into the fire to get the documentation, or what? Or is it just
No,
really
just take the time, know the craft, know how to compose a shot, know how to tell a story. There's a young man in Arizona State reached out to me. He's my oldest son's mother's nephew. I'm sorry, not niece.
Cross-dressing.
So he reached out to me, and he tells a great story. He can shoot his butt off, but I said, now you can do the promos and the ghetto, everybody shaking their butt stuff and stuff. Tell a story. Learn how to tell a story. So I tell people, just take your camera, take your phone camera, and work it. You can tell a story. You can actually edit and do things with that, and be able to tell a 3-minute story, and it's great.
So you don't do the twerking videos?
No. Personally, I do, but I don't.
So that's
try
what we're sending. That's
Hold on,
what we're
he said
sending
first.
Ron to.
He said personally he do.
These guys know I'm silly.
Shout out to Anthony McAllister. He said hello, Dale, by the way.
After
That's why
Big
we're
Mac.
sending Ron to civility training.
What? I'm good. PDO, great segment. Thank you so much, Dale.
Yeah, Mr. Dale Wright, everybody.
All right.
And and I will be posting those Emmys on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page. Me holding everybody think I won something.
Open
Tune
bar.
in to the Open Bar.
And who we got coming
Salute.
up next in the lounge?
Mr. Jonathan Pinnell, connecting communities.
Right. And Dale, you're going to be here all night, right? You're going to be here with our love, sexual relationship. Yo, we'll be right back. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salute.
Ain't
up, nigga? Know what's up, nigga? Know what's up, nigga?
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You tune into the open bar. Salute, salute. And y'all, please remember, you can also subscribe to WLVS Radio so you can actually have it up on your all your apps and all that stuff. So go ahead and subscribe to YouTube page at WLVS Radio.
This
Definitely
is
a
a
great
cool
thing.
spot.
And you see the open bar all the time. You said you had a special announcement really quickly?
Definitely. I know last time we were here, we talked about going to apply. We're going filing candidacy for office. We submitted all of our petitions, and we are officially going to be on the ballot.
Yay!
On the ballot for June.
That's what's up.
June 19th,
gonna
primary
be on the
election. Sharice Crawford on the ballot
Okay.
for.
And you still be on the open bar, even though you're going to be
It depends.
It
We're
depends.
on the ballot for Crawford at large for state committee woman for the Democratic Party, and so it's definitely a lot of work to make up there.
Okay.
Thank you,
That's
guys.
good.
So
All
we definitely
right.
need your support. So
1 second,
volunteers-
sweetie. We going to. No.
That's why Ron is sweating.
Hey, no,
bullets over
we
here.
got to do that to her to get her skin real tough because they're not going to be nice to her.
They're not gonna be
Ron
nice
is going to
you.
be volunteering, Ron, so he
I
doesn't
am.
know
I'm
yet.
on your-
They're not gonna
He's
be
going to
nice
be
to
working
you.
the
I
polls
got
and
you
knocking
all
on doors. So
So-
get ready.
He is going to be working the polls, but I don't know what polls.
What I do to try to get in shape is my goddamn business. I tell you. Yo, introduce who Pastor got in the lounge.
Yeah, Pastor is in the lounge with the founder and CEO of Connecting Communities, Mr. Jonathan Pinnell. We actually met when I was being recognized for Top 30 Under 30. And Jonathan Pinnell was as well. And then later I found out that we attended the same HBCU. So shout out to everybody in
Okay.
HBCU land. All
Tyrese McAllister went there
you
too.
know, shout out to all the haters that still hate on us HBCU members.
fake HBCUs.
Shout out to Shaw University. We're all hailing from Shaw U.
Yo,
you know.
welcome to the open bar.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Michigan State University.
Mr. Jonathan Pinnell, how you doing, brother?
Pretty good. How are you?
Excellent, man. Listen, tell us really quickly, what is Connecting Communities?
So, Connecting Communities is a nonprofit organization in D.C. We seek to enhance the lives of youth and young adults through enrichment programming that's not only fun, but also rigorous. And so, it's not your typical after-school programming because it's curriculum-based, but we seek to just give students all the resources that they need to stay connected. We're going to further that by staying connected with the family. So, we want to provide resources to moms, dads. We have job training, resume writing, interview skills, hook them up with clothes to go to interviews and things like that.
Okay, you strategically use the word rigorous. So what do you mean by that? Like when you guys want to, you say you guys want to connect those communities. What do you?
So rigorous in our book is really critical thinking. So a lot of our students aren't critical thinkers; they aren't strategic thinkers. So they go off impulse. They think about it for 1 second, then they just do it. So we want to let our students know that you have to be a strategic thinker. You have to think things through as much as
process
you can,
it pretty quick,
over and over again. I tell them a lot of the decisions I make in life, I have to continuously think about it because you got to think about the future, not right now.
Right. So when you are meeting with these young people and you're trying to stretch them or push them, challenge them to think deeper, think further, and so forth. So where's your resource? Where do you pull these kids from? Like you go right to the inner city, the neighborhoods, or?
Yeah. So primarily we work in Ward 7 and 8. So I grew up in Ward 8, Congress Heights area.
Shout out to Congress Heights.
Absolutely. And so we partner with a couple of different schools. We have a pilot school that'll be coming in the fall.
Okay.
We're brand new. We just started in December, so we're still working out a lot of those kinks. But we have pulled a couple youth from the Southeast region to work with them on a lot of different things when it comes to enrichment programming.
Okay, awesome. Listen, now, a lot of people have nonprofits and have these organizations. They say they want to help the youth and all this stuff. So you hear this kind of all the time. Personally, for you, what's the motivation? What's
sets you apart?
Turned on to make you want to actually do something like that?
Well, for me, growing up in Ward 8, and we hear the story a lot. I didn't have much. I had it. You know, I grew up in Ward 8. My mom worked several jobs, so I never went without. Never went without clothes. I never went without food. The lights were always on. So unfortunately, I don't have the story to say the lights were off or mama was this and mama was that.
Right.
I can't say I lost my dad when I was 6 months, so I never had the opportunity for that father relationship. So part of what we want to do is make sure that people have positive role models and a good support system like I did in school. What sets us apart is that this is not a money grab for me. I think a lot of founders and CEOs of nonprofits, it's a money grab. It's easy when you look at school systems, particularly the charter school system in D.C., your average founder makes about $160,000 a year to do nothing.
Wow.
And so, you know, the thing that sets us aside is that we are a group of passionate educators. I already vowed to myself that the first 2 years I won't take a paycheck from the organization. I've already discussed that with my board. And that's just one of the things that I know that I can do to make sure that the passion always stays there. Because it's hard. Money is money. So, you know, the board offers you 160, you're going to take it, you know? So just being able to...
So how did you go about selecting your board? And who are any people on your board that we should know about?
Yeah, so that's a little, it's a challenge, I'll say, to all my people out there that want to start nonprofits. The board is really, really the nut of your organization. A lot of people don't understand that nonprofits aren't yours. They do not belong to you. They belong to the community. You're just the CEO. And so at any point, the board can vote you out. The board can say, look, you're not what the organization needs, and there you go, you're out. So I think strategically picking your board, I think some of the main areas that we focus on, that I focused on when comprising my board is relationships. I have to have people that have relationships within the community, those who do the work. No one on my board is from Florida coming in just trying to, you know, jump on a train and you know, critique their resume. It's people that actually grew up in Ward 7 and 8 or grew up in areas like Ward 7 and 8 that have a passion to see students succeed and give them all the resources that they need. So you have to be very strategic with that.
Okay, so connecting communities, is it going to be a school at some point, or is it just giving the education?
So right now it's just really trying to grab all the students that we can and mold them into being civically engaged and morally competent youth. But I will say school is not out of reach for us. I think that we are very passionate educators. We've been in the education field, so that's not, you know, out of the picture. But right now we just want to focus on grabbing all the students, being able to get their voices heard, because their voices aren't heard at all.
All right, so right now, what's coming up for Connecting Communities? What are you guys working on? What's the goal right now?
So the biggest thing is that on May the 19th, we will be hosting a Ward 8 Education Town Hall meeting. That's where our organization will be, you know, housed in Ward 8. The Ward 8 Town Hall is really an avenue to get to know a lot of the youth that are in Ward 8 and also hear their voices. So again, this isn't an event for adults to come together and talk about what students need. It's an opportunity for students to come to us to tell us what they need.
Okay, so basically you guys are going to be doing research out of that moment, allowing the kids to speak, find out what their needs are, what's critical for them, and how you guys could really best help them.
Yep.
Okay, so when is the date again?
It's May 19th. It's at Friendship Tech Prep that's on Martin Luther King across from the St. E's and the Rise Demonstration Center. It's going to be 12:30 to 2:30 on May 19th.
Is that a Saturday?
Yep, Saturday, May 19th.
Yeah, Jonathan had supported a couple of our roundtables for youth services. Ron is booked. He's going to be in civility training. Ron's being in training on that day, so he can't make it. EEO training that day. But I 100% support Jonathan and his initiative. And thankful to have his support on a resolution that we're working on and our resolution roundtable. So we're looking forward to some more great work from you.
Absolutely.
What do you need from the public? What do you need
Really, the support. I think, as we said, there are 1,000,003 nonprofits in DC. You even have nonprofits that were created in other states and come into DC. Really support. I think that a lot of our people know when they're hitting the fan and organizations are just collecting money. I was just having a conversation with Sharice. There's a Summer Start Strong grant, I think it is, that came out. 32 people, different amounts that they're going to get, and half the list I didn't even hear of, and they're supposed to be in Southeast. They said about 51% come from Ward 8, and I hadn't heard of like half the organizations that they gave money to. So really, I want the community to understand that we're here to help the entire community, and that's why I named it Connecting Communities. Wow. Connect our students to an excellent education, connect our employees to an experience they'll never forget, and connect our parents to resources that they need.
Yeah.
Did you play it? Did you pledge?
No, I did not.
You didn't pledge? Oh.
No.
What would he have pledged? What would you have pledged?
I would have pledged Sigma.
Oh.
That's the only reason you asked that, because
He's
you don't
trying
know
to
any
recruit-
better.
He's trying to recruit you to
Because
be
you
a
know the
Sigma.
brothers at
Good
A5A
Sigma
up
man.
in this joint.
Huh?
The original.
The original.
He's trying to recruit you to be a part of his organization.
He's trying to recruit me, recruit me,
Right.
Sharice.
It was. We made it better.
We're going to
sure.
recruit you to the open bar.
Right.
All right, so real quick, as we wrap this up, thank you for coming here tonight.
Thank you guys for having me.
Where can we, where everybody find you at?
Okay.
How can they connect with you?
So on Facebook, we're Connecting Communities, Inc. On Instagram, we're Connecting Communities. And on Twitter, we're Communities DC. And then if you want to reach me, I'm on Instagram at Jonathan Pannell, JohnathanPannell. On Twitter, I am Jonathan, and then that's about it.
You better spell that, Jonathan. Go ahead, man. Spell that.
202-706-6182,
Sound like
extension
K-Solo over there.
300.
Spellbound.
All right, give us that number one more time so everybody
The
has
number is 202-706-6182, extension 300.
it. Awesome, man.
And we're gonna
Thank you
post
for
that on the Open Bar Facebook. So, Dave, did you get all that information? Anyway, we're gonna post it.
No, he didn't get it.
For sure, we definitely
sure
gonna post
did.
it, man. Thank you for coming,
Likewise,
Jonathan.
thank you for the
Hang around
invite.
the rest of the show, man.
Absolutely.
Show.
Jonathan Pannell.
Yo, we'll be right back. Yo, give us a call with politics. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salute.
Salute.
Yo, welcome back to Candy Coated Nights. You
Can we turn the lights up? Cause you
I
don't.
like it.
I can't.
First of all, you see nothing but my teeth.
Well, at least your teeth are white. Shout out to your dentist.
I like it.
Shout out
it's
to your
party. I
dentist.
feel like I want to party. Yo, but
Shout out to
if you
Dr.
tune in, you
T.
know
Black,
you had the WLVS radio, the open bar. We had party time. Yo, this sangria is off the chain. I wish we knew what was in
Your
it.
wife definitely did a great
But she
job.
did that thing. She did that twang with it. You know,
Yeah.
them deltas with that little sigma between them know how to make some drinks, boy. I tell you.
What's that? Okay, no, sorry.
No, delta sigma theta. You get that? You know what I'm saying? They connected in some way. We all connected. 6 degrees of separation. Yo, what's going on in politics, big country?
Oh man, it's a few things going on. First of all, let's get a quick 10-second moment of silence for former First Lady Barbara Bush. She died today, at the age of 92.
Wow.
All right, 10 seconds.
Guess we should turn the lights off.
Nonetheless, she was known as America's grandmother. She had the longest. Her and President Bush had one of the longest American presidential marriages that ever lasted in the White House.
Wow.
Thanks, man, because I'm telling you, all they could see is my teeth. Her and President Bush was married for 73 years. That's pretty impressive.
How is he doing, by the way?
Wait, was that legal?
They got married in 1945.
How is he doing?
Marriage legal?
Huh?
How is Daddy Bush doing?
Yeah, Daddy Bush. I mean, Daddy Bush's health has been kind of going down. First of all, let me not call him Daddy Bush. Old man Bush.
I ain't calling no grown ass man daddy.
Yeah. Old man Bush.
Did I say Daddy Bush?
Yes,
or I
you
said-
did.
Oh.
Yeah, you did.
Well, because
You like calling men daddy.
Old man Bush's health has been deteriorating on time. As a matter of fact, there are times where he's actually, if you've seen him in a lot of his recent pictures and videos, he's been wheelchair bound. But
he was in the hospital.
yeah,
He was,
yeah.
Was
But
that the notice that said why we couldn't come to the why we could not come
Come to the
inauguration?
yeah,
We regret to inform you. That's not a bad reason why not to
they didn't. To be honest, they don't like Trump. Let's keep it real. They don't like Trump.
I can understand.
Well, son Bush, is he doing okay?
They didn't vote for him. They did say they did not vote for him.
They did.
Old man Bush voted for Hillary.
What?
Yeah, old man Bush said it point blank.
What?
He voted for Hillary. So Mama Bush voted for Hillary, and they had actually. And the funny thing is, Barbara Bush had a lot of respect for Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, even after the defeat of old man Bush. So. Once again, shout out, former First Lady, Barbara Bush. She passed away, and she pretty much, at the end of the day, it's a blessing. 92 years of life, it's a long
And
time.
she was a sweet woman. Only mistake she made is doing the
She was an elitist.
doing the New Orleans thing when she said
all
that-
these poor people in the
Right. That's the only mistake I ever think about.
You think that
You
was
know,
a mistake,
yeah,
or
that's
that
what I'm
was
saying.
just her? That was just her.
Well, I think it was
Her
it was a bad. She didn't mean it the way it came out,
Well,
and
how would you
they
know
only
that?
did it because I'm sure she couldn't have been that insensitive.
Well, what,
She's not, she don't seem like an insensitive
just give you
woman.
some highlights of one highlight of her, what her and old man Bush did through the years. They have raised over $1 billion in funds and charitable funds for education and teaching basically people how to read in third world countries and threatening communities. So you got to give her give her
Take
a
the
shout
good
out
with
for
the
that.
bad.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I don't have no problem with Barbara Bush. It was just the Bush.
I didn't agree with the politics, but hey,
It was the Bush actually. The
actual
actual
You
Bush.
have to recognize
the actual
people
little
for
white
their
Bush.
contributions. And you can't
It was the Bush that
overlook-
you was smoking.
But you know what? The
No,
thing
but
about-
Daddy Bush wasn't bad. Son Bush was a problem for me at the time.
Yeah,
you know what?
I take them all day long now.
You know
I'll
what?
take him now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that's what. And
was
that's
anybody else here at the Obama's inauguration, the first inauguration? And it was so embarrassing when poor Bush got in that airplane. He's going, everybody was like, nah, 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 hey, goodbye. I was like, that is so. Anyway, that's just my part. I'm sorry.
Well,
Second.
you good, man, you good. But I do remember that. But a couple other things. Not only did that happen today. Southwest flight 1380. If you've been paying attention to the news, the engine exploded in midair. I think it was like 30,000 feet above surface. There was one casualty, a young lady from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Wow, man. He just said I'm black as fuck. No, I'm just kidding, man. No, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I get, I got about 150. I done flown a lot of places in the last couple of years, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I pray every time I get on a plane, and every time that
you
plane
pray
is
every
about,
time.
Every time when that plane about to land. When that plane is taking off, I pray, bro. Yeah. I'm not gonna bullshit. I'll be like, Lord, please let this. I've been
taking pilot lessons, so it's definitely intense.
I saw that. I'm impressed.
And you see, I prefer an aisle seat. I'm not. Look. I'm not necessarily
like Erykah Badu.
Yeah,
in the window seat.
I will not sit at the window. I refuse to. I refuse to sit at the window.
I want to see if I'm gonna go down. I want to see where I'm landing at. I want to see.
Why did you want to see your death?
That doesn't make it my death though. See, that's intense. That's too extreme.
I gotta have
an escape plan.
I have to have an aisle seat.
Point.
Somebody made a point. Would you? Somebody asked a question at work. Would you rather crash over water or land?
Water.
No, I'd rather crash on land.
No, you're gonna automatically die. It's a chance to live if you fall in water.
There's a floater in the aircraft.
Well, it depends on how the pilot hits the land or the water. It depends on how he hits the water. It depends on how you hit the water.
So you prefer to hit the land?
The water at minimum there's a chance.
My
thing
with land. Give me the right airstrip or whatever highway, I can glide into a landing. Damn it.
So you're trying to say
I can glide into a landing.
But does the aircraft provide parachutes? No. Exactly. So you're not going to glide.
I mean, I can.
No parachutes.
And you're not the pilot.
There's no gliding happening here, sir. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you.
But I mean, my dream job was to be an airline stewardess. But I always wanted to.
What type
of stewardess?
Yeah, you would be a stewardess.
I ain't gonna lie. I always wanted
a
steward. I mean,
no, he wouldn't be a stewardess.
I want you to know, so for the record, just to confirm this, okay, guys? If anybody watching at home, okay, you would rather land in water where you have a chance of floating, even though the
your opinion.
Even though the impact would be significant, you
some people are death-defied of water though, so. They
already dead.
Yeah, they don't die.
But everybody justified a fire though. So if you land on the land, there's gonna be a fire.
I'm gonna say
it's gonna be a fire in the water. It's
not necessarily.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be a fire in the water too.
I'm saying it. I'm ex-military, so I'm also airborne qualified.
Tell us about that.
So I used to jump out of airplanes.
All right.
You used to jump out of healthy planes. What big?
So I used to jump.
So we all supposed to listen to this big dummy. He used to jump out of healthy planes.
I rode the railroad.
Water jumps are the worst. You do not want to get caught.
So you actually jumped out of an airplane.
I just want to know, did you have?
He just told you that.
Airborne and aerosol quality. I jumped out of helicopter.
Oh, willy nilly! You jumped out of an airplane on your own accord.
Helicopter.
All right, hold on real quick. Before we go back to politics.
You had a parachute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we go into politics, okay. So the first time you jumped, man, were you like screaming like a girl?
I ain't gonna lie, dog.
Thank you.
I went skydiving.
The real scary, right?
It is the most exhilarating feeling in my life.
After you do it, right?
Yes. Because I got about
you ain't no fool before you jump.
I got about 112 jumps to my name.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
I've jumped. I have night jumps. I have water jumps. I have
jungle jumps.
Those are the worst, by the way. I fucking hate jungle jumps.
After that,
because you get stuck in trees and shit.
After that announcement, you almost as cool as Jacob. Jacob was my hero.
Scorpion.
I have helicopter.
I do have a question related to politics, though. In regards to today is National Tax Day.
They extended it another day.
Even though it's been extended officially, today is National Tax
Okay,
Day. And I got this question.
Actually, the 15th is a National Tax Day.
I got this question that says, if I decide to divorce the person that does my taxes, right? Do I have to give them a copy of my new returns? So the guy prepares the taxes. The person is not satisfied with what their preparations were. Okay, and the guy that prepares the taxes says, "Oh, I'll give you a half of a refund if you find somebody else that does this better." X person finds it does it better. Does that person owe the former accountant a copy of the new return now that they're no longer doing business with them?
No.
They was tapping it.
Tapping it. Wait.
I
thought you said it was a sexual relationship.
No.
I heard sex.
There's no tapping anything involved.
No. She said divorce. That's what made you think it's.
He the tax person prepared the taxes.
And he fired. Don't say
and
divorce.
got-
I think
and got
sex.
fired.
Okay, no, you don't owe him anything, no.
No, and
No,
got fired.
I don't think you owe them. You owe them payment for the services.
Well,
that
yeah,
they
but
they themselves said if you can find somebody that has loopholes better,
Right, so
then
it's-
I'll
no.
reimburse you. But then they come back and say we want to see what the new person prepared. Isn't
No.
that private information now?
Yes, it's private. Yeah.
You can give it to him, but you can let him see. Like,
But that,
Why
but
would
that,
you do that? It's private now.
it's not private, but you can be nice and say, "Look, here's how you messed up."
No, but why would I want to?
All
would you
right.
do
I
that?
like
but,
that.
but see, you know what? That also can bring audit onto you too, because see now they have something to squeal on you about that you may
But I see
have or did
think
not.
I
it's
see
disclose.
what
private
Dale's
information.
saying. Like the words of Candy. This is what winning look like. I got you. I got you.
No, but now that they have access to whatever your new documents are, which is now they can see what you're actually filing, there is still a confidentiality breach concern.
Yeah.
Maybe they just say, "Look, maybe we should do the same thing."
I'd be
that
like,
they did.
well, why the
That's-
hell you didn't know
they
how to do
win
that,
your
right?
business back.
Yes.
Maybe.
This- This is my first year doing my own taxes, and I did
Proud
pretty
of you,
good.
Ron.
I did my own
welcome
taxes.
To adulthood.
Ron, we still waiting on that $4,000 check from
Why
last
not
year.
use TurboTax?
One of
2
the
years
things
ago.
I've learned. One of the things.
Well, no,
I have
the
to say
student
one of the
government took that, but
took
this
that.
year I did my own taxes, and I got a really good refund.
One of the
back.
things
Did
I
you give yourself a refund? Can you
When you
represent
taking
yourself
everybody
in
out?
case you're
Huh?
When you taking everybody out?
After I moved to my new crib, I got my
Ron,
new
you
place. I
getting
moved on May
tax
29th.
returns?
Okay.
I started doing my taxes a couple years back, and I started doing my own taxes a couple years back, and I'm gonna tell you right now.
1 second, sweetie. But we're gonna go to a. I'm joking. Go ahead.
It's the best thing ever. It's the
It
best
is.
thing
It is
ever.
good.
Because
Put it
one,
in time out.
I take off for like home office.
Right.
Yeah, country got a home
I did.
office. I take off for my.
I did
auto-
everything.
But see, you
on
know
the
what?
side.
You probably missing
said
a lot of
TurboTax.
deductions because
That you
you
could
are
add.
doing your own taxes.
Probably so.
'Cause it's
But-
over.
but-
It's over.
but he-
Especially if you have your own business, it's like 700 different.
But he can get
tax
better.
deductions that
He
you
can get better at it. Shout out to my son,
I'm
man.
getting better
Your
at it.
son did his own.
My son did his own taxes for the first time, and this
Oh, wow.
year he did his
This
own
is my
taxes.
first year ever
So,
doing my
but you
own
gotta
too.
be cautious. Here's what I would caution you: is that for those that are doing your own taxes, you still would need someone who can represent
Yes.
you in the event of an audit.
Yes.
That is the worst situation to be
I got
in
my mama,
when
so
you
I'm
do
fine.
your own taxes, and then you're audited, and you have nobody that can back you up that can say, "Yeah, I reviewed these documents, and here's how you get out of it." So be careful with that.
Anyway, if you sign it, you're liable for it.
Right.
Yeah, you are liable.
Well, that's why you want an accountant. That's why I have an accountant who is basically
attorney.
she's a tax attorney who can represent me for if ever I were to be audited. For
Well,
any reason.
my tax
know a
man
tax
died
attorney.
last year. He and so now
We ain't talking
did.
about we ain't talking about Willie and Jackson Hewitt. We
Charles
ain't
Young.
talking about Willie and Jackson Hewitt, dog.
I'm talking about
Willie and Jackson Hewitt.
I'm talking about Petey Bird on the corner used to do everybody's taxes for $20, and he died, unfortunately.
died.
No, I'm just joking.
No, but
Anyway, we're going to go to a commercial. We're going to talk when we come back, PDO. What did the hell you want?
Comey's
We ain't got time for
Right.
Comey.
Wait a minute, sweetie. Hold on, sweetie.
Comey's in a coma.
What you wait?
about
Go ahead,
turkey.
Comey. Jr.
all
real quick.
right. Comey did his interview this past weekend. His book came.
Don't say
out.
Comey. Tell people who it is.
James Comey.
James Comey.
James
James
Comey.
Comey, former
FBI.
FBI director.
Oh,
former
yeah,
director
that
of
is
the
important.
FBI.
You're right,
Former
you're right.
director of the FBI that was fired by Trump. He did an interview basically, and his book came out this actually on the 17th, not the 17th. Yes.
And he said,
Yes,
what did he
it's
say
called
about the
Midnight.
president?
It's called The Higher Loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
It's #1 right now on New York bestsellers time, and basically he goes over a lot of instances in the book, discussing his interactions with President Trump.
I think that's
Saying-
why they took the job. I
he-
think everybody took the job to write their memoirs.
He
Right.
basically stated that President Trump was a morally corrupt man. Basically, he's running the White House like a mafia, similar to a mafia.
Everybody
style
knows
family,
that,
and,
though.
which everybody knows. But the thing that he alluded to is the fact that he brought up, hey, the Russians, especially with the whole thing with Russian coercion, there was a lot of stuff that he discussed with President
Wow.
Trump.
Did you read the book
regarding
yet?
That. I mean, I haven't read the book yet, but I plan
I
on
think they
purchasing.
all
So
go
when you
to
read the
work
book, we're
there.
going to talk about that on the open bar. And you're going to give us a full report. We'll be right back.
If it was Phaedra's, if it was Phaedra's book,
Right,
on
I
how
would
to
have
do
read it
this,
by now. I would have
he
gave a
would've
full
read it by
report.
now.
I'm just joking. Yo, we having a good time here at the open bar. We sit here drinking. What is this again? The Sangria. And we sitting here with Miami. One day I'm claiming it. Give us a call at 202-656-1 We'll be right back with. I'm so nice right now. Be right back with love, sex, and relationships with PDO.
That's right. PDO. So hold on. What is the love, sex?
Welcome back to WLVS Open Bar Tuesday. Salud.
Salud.
Hey, listen. So tonight's topic on love, sex, and relationships is this.
You better come with the deep Berry Farm.
Bringing that Barry White just now.
In your
You
love,
said Barry Farms.
Not Barry White, but Barry Farms.
that boy lit. Bartender been sipping. All right. So in your love life, do you deserve what you desire?
Wow.
Ask the question again in your love life.
In your love life, do you deserve what you desire?
Ooh, no.
You want it, but do you deserve it?
You don't deserve it.
Or the question is, have you earned it?
Clint Eastwood said it best. Deserves ain't got nothing to do with it.
Or the question is, have you earned it?
Well, it's the same thing.
No.
Yes.
You can take it.
Do you deserve what you desire? We think about what you want in a love relationship, but do you deserve it?
I think that nobody should settle. So if I want it,
We talked about that last week.
Nobody should settle.
no, I should
You know
settle.
what?
If
If
that's
you're
what
being
I
humble
want.
with it, you never really get what you deserve
Oh,
because
my
you
God.
always want more than what you actually
Huh?
deserve.
Well, let's
see,
talk about
You
some
always
see-
want more
examples.
than what you deserve, but do you really deserve it?
You gotta use the mic now. This
Do
is
you
the
really
thing.
deserve it? Look at
That's the question, though. That's the question.
That's a hard.
In your love
That's hard.
life,
That's
do
hard.
you deserve what you desire? And see, everybody wants to find a quick mental way around that and try to fix it. You can't fix it. You got to raise your deserving factor. If you want it, you got to
Raise your
deserve it.
So why
How
should
do
you
you know
not
you
deserve
deserve
it?
it?
Like
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
want,
exactly. I'm
you
glad you
deserve
asked that
So
question
how do
because
you raise your deserving factor? I like that question.
And how
that's
do
an
you,
online course I do. So we're gonna. That's
how do you lower your deserving
Could
factor?
We
raise
get
your
college
deserving
credit for
We're
this.
gonna talk about that too.
Because sometimes
Was it
some
online
people
at
feel they
ODC?
deserve a lot more than
Yes.
what they
Deserve.
actually getting.
Right.
like when you look like a pinto, you call
So
yourself.
you
a
have to bring
Mercedes.
yourself
I
to
got
a
you.
reality check and bring you down to real life.
Well, this is what the question does. It probes into a person and it makes you really reflect and think about it. I want this, but do I deserve
Well,
it?
maybe we should do
My
a round
question-
robin and find
my-
out if you guys deserve
My question.
what you want in your relationship.
I don't
question
deserve
is
what
like
I
that.
get.
Why
I don't
people
deserve what I
feel
get.
that they are entitled to being, to getting what they want?
which is the crux of the whole thing.
And why do you
Most
feel
people
entitled?
feel like they deserve the best because we give ourselves an A on every test.
I don't.
We give ourselves
Okay,
we give
I'll
ourselves a
give you-
pass on all of our BS.
Right.
We allow ourselves to get away with murder. We tell ourselves we're not like that. In my heart, I really feel this way, even though I'm acting like this. And the truth is, though, how you think and how you act is who you are.
Well, I'll give
And
you
it's
a,
I don't
two
deserve
totally
it.
different things too.
Right. Yeah.
I'll give a real.
Let's hear from Sharice.
I'll
Really
give
quickly,
if we
everybody.
could give real scenarios, I think that might help with the conversation. So if you guys are willing to be a little transparent,
I'll be as transparent as I can
so
be.
I'll give
Oh,
it a
don't
real,
ask
I'll give
Dale,
a real
please.
example.
We're not ready for that.
All right.
I was seeing a guy, and he wasn't necessarily up to par. And then I
Okay.
started looking into
So he had a small penis.
He ain't deserve this. And he didn't deserve it. Go ahead.
Whoever tapping it right.
It was about the behavior. And I said, you know what? Let me
choked you.
focus more on.
He didn't choke her.
That's the problem.
Be transparent.
We want to know.
Just be transparent.
I said, you know what? I have to spend more time focusing on the things that I'm lacking in my career,
Masturbation.
in my family.
Who said
And I
that?
said that. This is what I said. I said,
You said masturbation?
Y'all-
I did not.
Oh my God.
I did not say that. Thank you.
hear that. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Ron. I muted all the other stuff out. Anyway, so I said that. I said, let me evaluate myself to say that, I think that this is not working out because of these are things that he's not held up to standard. But there's some other things that I need to work on for myself. So it's not fair for me to even try to evaluate his behavior if I have other areas in my own life that I
That's
need to
honest
work
assessment.
on.
Okay,
that I need to
so
focus
it
on.
sounds like you were being fair and you were being realistic. Okay, but at the end of the day, what you're basically saying is that neither one of you deserved
Each other?
exactly what they desire, because if each other might not work out. What they had may not have worked out for either one of them. But again, he wants the best girl. He wants a certain kind of a woman. You want a certain kind of a guy.
So you
But
basically-
do you deserve what you desire?
But you're basically saying your wants over your needs.
Right.
Well, I'm saying that what you want, you have to, in a sense, qualify for it. You have to bring a certain value.
I agree.
Okay.
Well, I don't want women to just it's like you, Sharice. You are a 10. You should want a man with a headboard, not with his mattress on the bed. You know,
You mean-
hold on. You know what I'm saying?
A headboard.
10 minus 7.
Hold
You
on.
said 10 minus 7.
There was
That's all
a
it
moment.
takes
There
to
was
get
a
this.
moment.
Ron?
I'm just saying, she should. Why not get a man? He should have a headboard in his
Hold
room.
on. There
And
was
a
a moment.
footboard
There
if
was
you
a
go
moment.
for it.
There was a moment when Country didn't have a TV, and he.
That's why I remember that.
I remember it was. I went over his house. and he had no
That was
TV.
yesterday.
But he was still a 10, right?
Yeah, I was still a 10.
Well, see, in his mind. See,
Minus
in
minus
his
9.
mind.
10 minus 9.
I personally, if I walk in a woman's
Exactly.
bedroom and she be
I
like,
will
"We gonna
say-
get it on," and her mattress on the floor, I'm be like, "I'll call you tomorrow." Or can we go back to my house?
I was
Son.
mad when a girl told
So
me.
what? So what?
I was mad when a girl
Right.
told me
Say
one
this.
time, you can't even afford a box spring Monday.
I will say this.
Exactly. See, because look, you go out with somebody and they got on the Gucci belt, they got on the laid out shoes, and you go home and they got an air mattress.
Oh Jesus!
In their mother's
will
basement.
say-
Ain't no wrong with
Oh, let's
I done fucked on a air mattress with a slow leak.
no.
Hey, I went
It's different from having. It's different from having.
Me too. I was about to say, I
But
went
no, it's different from having sex. I'm talking about somebody who you really think you're gonna
This is
date,
going all the way
and then
left.
I go over her
Absolutely.
house.
Stop.
This
Let me
is
stop.
all the way
So
left.
And
you
matches
felt
on
you
it.
deserve better.
This is
I'm just saying,
all
I
the
shouldn't
way
have to
left.
hurt my back to get off the floor.
My air mattress had a slow leak.
What were you gonna say, Sharice? Go ahead.
I did study with Darren Hardy, and Darren Hardy talked about making a list of everything that you wanted out of your significant other, and then making another list about everything that you needed to become in order
get
to
that person.
attract that person into your life. And so I definitely will agree with you, Pastor, to say that
You gotta
while you're
deserve
making
what you
this-
desire, right?
Well, no, but I would say that while you're making your long list of attributes that your significant other should have, you should be focusing on who you need to become in the
Yourself.
process.
And the way of saying that is that you have to deserve what you desire.
That's
And
true.
You
you
know,
have to work
recently-
on becoming that person.
Because
You know, recently I heard this saying that someone, and it stuck with me. It says, a lot of women are out there looking for a husband. First of all, you should be a wife.
Whoa.
Or you should be looking to become, or the qualities of a wife.
No. You should be a wife.
In
If
other
you
words,
if you're looking for a husband.
and all
Yeah,
those are
because you
different.
can't just wake
interesting.
up tomorrow and say, "Oh, he had proposed to you," and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a wife now."
Yeah, that's
you
why you
gotta
should be a
gotta
wife,
step
yeah.
into that role before
Right.
you even get
Right, absolutely.
After Pastor say something, be devil's advocate.
And these are all different. Go ahead. You wanna say?
No, I just said you have to have the mentality of a wife before you try to find a husband.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Which are all different ways of
Proverbs.
saying basically bring some value to the table and stop asking for stuff for free. And a lot of people don't even realize. See, some women and some men think that just being loyal in a relationship, like if I don't cheat on you, I'm bringing value to the table. You're not, and that's why somebody will still leave you, even if you don't cheat on them. A relationship can still go down in flames, even if you don't cheat on somebody that doesn't cheat, because a person looks around and takes assessment at a certain point in their life and says, "Where's my life at?" And they say, "This can't be my life, right? It can't be just with you because you add nothing to me." And especially if you're in relationships where
what if they are the table they bring in?
Joey wants to know if you found. Joey wants to know if you found what you deserve.
If you found what you deserve.
Well,
he's shooting a shot.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna say this for everybody. Everybody, watch this. Watch this.
Joey said, "If you found what you deserve, Pastor."
Who is
Listen,
Joey, first of all?
Joey is on social media right
So
now.
look. This is the thing. This is my response to Joey is this. No, it's not a shot. It can't be a shot. Listen, everybody gets,
unless she knows something that we don't know.
No.
Come on, Pastor.
What? No. Everybody gets what they deserve.
What do they deserve?
Wait, how?
Watch this.
Really?
Listen to what I just said.
I'm lost.
Listen to what I'm saying. Everybody gets what they deserve.
Who is this coming from? The universe?
Comma.
Exactly. Listen,
You are what you eat. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you are what you eat. No.
He's getting the point, though.
No.
He's catching it, though.
No, I'm saying you are what you eat, basically.
You attract who you are. Yeah. So you talking about how trifling a person is in your life and how bad they did you. You brought that because guess what? You around that same area.
So you saying I attract men? Because I am a man.
Wait a minute.
Do you eat men?
You probably do have a couple guys watching. Exactly. They're like, I like you all strong and everything.
You swole up.
My point
You's
is,
a man eater, bitch.
So, Pastor, what you saying? Just to reiterate what you're saying, if you carry yourself, you act a certain way, whatever whatever energy you
tend
put
to
out in the
attract.
universe,
You tend to attract
what
that.
you are.
And so basically, if you want this king, you want this intellectual, or you want somebody who's generous, or somebody who is humble, or somebody who is thoughtful and aware. You got to also be that stuff. Well, exactly. See, exactly.
Hey, I'm the wrong one to be with them.
Exactly. Well, that's why this thing but then you have to also accept this. If you say, and they'll say, that's not my style, I ain't sensitive and aware and all that, then you can't also want that kind of a woman.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, exactly.
I'm cool with that.
That's the only point. But here's what most people do. Most people say, I want this is on this big list. And the truth is, they none of that.
I want a man who's.
And they ask themselves, they say, well, why do I always attract this kind of a person into my life or whatever?
But Pastor, did you answer the question? Have you found
what you deserve?
Have you found what you deserve?
Listen, I answered. I said everybody gets what they deserve. Everybody get what they desire.
So you already found your one.
Listen to it.
Joey asked the specific.
Joey's want to know.
Is Joey still commenting?
So tell us the backstory behind Joey.
So you don't want to get past the man, so you need to come down.
Oh no! Listen, all I'm saying is everybody gets what they desire, get what they deserve. Everybody doesn't get what they desire, but they all get what they deserve. Now, Joey, I don't even know who Joey is.
He mad.
Now you claiming
Right, you glad this Joey?
No. They must know something about Joey.
Right.
They didn't tell me about who Joey is.
But PDO.
I don't know who Joey is.
PDO.
I don't know who Joey is.
Sharice, did she ask specifically about?
Yeah. He wants to know about me, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, so you know Joey.
No. I don't know Joey.
Is Joey a girl or a guy?
It doesn't matter.
Pastor brought the subject up.
Hey, I got plenty of great mail from when we had our Swerve magazine interview and everything. I'm used to it, you know.
You got your sensitivity training?
Exactly. I'm good.
Hey, no, you actually got a spread to Swerve coming up, right?
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
All right, so it's all good.
I understand that.
So, Pastor, what about that woman that's been with this man for 20 years?
Woo, child.
And he still ain't married her?
20 years.
Is that what she deserve?
Listen, I'm gonna tell her, baby, you was trying to put a square in a round hole.
Oh,
it don't work.
We know that can be difficult.
Right.
It doesn't work.
I mean, a lot of times that happens, though. A lot of times, a lot of people, and you can even tell somebody that, you know, it's not gonna work, and some people still choose.
They still
Some
try.
people hear what they want to
We would try to create scenarios. We'll try to rethink what you said, fix your words, reinterpret what you said. A lot of people do go around that, and at the end of the day, they get treated a certain way, and they come to God and say, God, why is this my life? And at the end of the day, you get what you deserve, and people don't see that they actually are creating some of the stuff that is happening in their life. Most people don't own any of the stuff that they draw out in their life.
But
it's
I'm gonna be completely clear and honest. I'm one of those people. I would look at people would tell me no, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, and I still think they saying yes.
See,
like,
yeah,
really?
It's almost like that commercial that says you get
really
the.
this to him.
It's almost like that commercial that says you get the credit that you deserve. If you really listen to him, you get the credit at this car place that you deserve. If you got a 400 score, you're gonna have a 22% interest rate.
See, Ron is now referring back to those kids who took his lunchtime.
No, but my thing is, I'm always in my own world. Like, I'm looking at my thing.
That's
like,
how you got bullied and didn't know it.
I never did.
You didn't know he was being
Hold on, country, go ahead.
You touched on an important point about owning your shit, and
Yeah, exactly.
one of the things I tell
This
one
is
of
really
the things
good.
that I was telling a cousin of mine the other day, he was going on about how his girl left, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yo, you didn't hold yourself down, you didn't hold your shit together, etc. Blah blah blah. You're not owning your bullshit.
And listen, you dead on. A lot of men want a woman to take care of them, and the woman is like, she's like, she got her stuff together. She's doing stuff.
What world is this?
And she's taking care of the dude. Hold on. And then she gets over the dude, and he's like, well, why are we breaking up? Like, you don't deserve this. Vice versa. There are women who want guys to take care of them, and a guy will take care of you for a minute, but you're gonna have to do something besides screw him. After screwing me, now
at least bring your cousin over.
Add something to it if you don't.
There you go. Your best friend over.
Your best friend. How that's gonna be just your best friend?
Put some value to the table.
All had some fun up in this joint.
Absolutely. Let's ask Jacob. He's the king of the threesome. Let's ask Jacob. He's the king of the threesome. No, I'm just joking.
But I read.
No, but the thing about it,
Jack not a king, right?
The thing about it is this, right? In this day and age, in 2018, women, a lot of times make more than men, right?
True.
They doing good.
They doing a lot
They said
better
they out
than
here.
My wife makes more than me.
The women is hustling, and the dude's trying to be taken care of now.
Right.
Yeah, so why the dude got why can't he just play his role and just go to work?
See,
It ain't about the finances. Always about the intimacy of the relationship and how things are built.
Yeah.
Until the
My
bill
wife
needs
makes
to get
more
paid.
than me. My wife makes probably about $25K more than me. I'm still the man of the house.
That's right.
sure
No
about
matter
that?
how.
I appreciate
and
your
You
confidence.
sure about
Yeah.
that?
But the confidence is another important thing. 'cause
You
there
sure
are men
about that, Dale?
today-
Oh, I'm definitely the
there are
man of the
men today-
house. There's only one dick in that house, and I happen to have it.
Wait a minute.
So
And I
confidence.
happen to have it.
Just to say it plain.
Cerise was talking about something with confidence.
Confidence.
And he got his confidence.
But it's all respect, though. It's all
There
respect.
are-
It's not like throwing in my face and things like that. Like we all
Exactly.
making
Right.
6 figures and above. So we ain't, we sitting up here just
crying, right.
playing.
Got
Yeah.
5 minutes.
So it's a matter of her profession pays her better than my profession pays me.
It's all good.
But yeah, we have no
She
issue
got
with
5 Emmys though.
that. No, she does not.
But the point of it is definitely to confidence. I think there are a lot of men, not in this world that are, I guess you can say, inferior of women. They have not yet. They cannot accept a woman that is more successful than them.
Country
And-
will accept all
Right.
women coming here. But you know what?
I'm just letting you
what?
know.
They come country way. They want country to act a certain way. They want country to work extra hard.
Right.
Country don't want to do no shit like that. He just want to wear his
You
jeans.
just want to be big country.
And
You
another
just
thing.
want, you just want to be the plumber and lay some pipe, huh?
And just for
I'm sorry. I know too many women taking care of a Negro on the couch and shit.
And
They
then-
want big country
all
to have
right.
a job and work extra hard.
But you don't have to.
and Hot Ron, by the way, he can cook, clean, everything. I don't need to work. I'll
Hey,
take care of the
hey,
kids.
I'll
And
tell
my
you
wife
good.
maybe had more debt than I have too, so that may help.
Right?
Income ratio
Shout out to them
is
student loans.
And I ain't gonna
Amen.
front. At this point in my life, I wouldn't mind a woman who could take care of me.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not saying I would take advantage, but I would take advantage.
Country work extra
I
hard.
think-
You want to be able to sit on the couch and play a video game and sling
But
some
you
dick
know,
every once in a while.
my coworker is an attorney, and her husband stays home. He takes care. He does all the. He
That's the
stays
arrangement.
completely home. She makes about $250,000
So he's
a
the
year.
house husband.
So I'm just saying they live pretty well.
Oh yeah.
He takes care of the kids.
And how big is
That's
his
the
allowance?
arrangement, though.
They just
But no matter what happens, he's still
they
the man
just
of the
had
house.
they just had a baby. She just had a baby. She was out for 3 months.
then went back to work?
When she come home from that long day work, he stroke her down.
Right, he kills her. She is completely in love with her. And I met her. Her husband cool as all fuck. He is so cool.
Good.
Like,
That's
and they
good.
got
That's
a really
good.
great relationship. But I'm just saying,
That's
he
a
does
great-
not work. He hasn't worked in
But that-
since they had their first baby.
That's the partnership they
Sweet.
have. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? He
That's the
might be
arrangement.
like a teacher or whatever, and she just might, hey, she's in a, like you said,
Man.
she's in a different profession.
I can sit home
but
and do
if
my
they
radio
can,
show.
Right.
if
Shoot my
a
videos.
relationship, one, I hear oftentimes
Start my music
that
career.
I hear oftentimes that yes, there are a lot of men who have a problem with the fact that they
I'm
want
gonna be
to
a
make more than
50-year-old
them.
rapper.
You know what I'm saying?
No, any of
How
my
many
partners
women-
had that
How
problem.
many, how many women have a problem
But what
with
I would
the fact
say-
that men make less than
That's
them?
true. But what I say about her, since I brought that up, she definitely lets him. She gives him as much respect, and so
Absolutely.
I'm
Now, how much
and
is
I wanna,
his allowance?
I want to bring them on the show, and hopefully they can be open about their
Sure.
situation. But she treats him.
They
like
got
he's
an
a
open
man.
relationship. You
No,
saying?
not open. I wish she's hot. But anyway,
He must have
But,
a 12-inch piece.
no, but he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Yo,
You know, good
on-
yo, we having a great
guys
show
don't-
today,
Oh, here we
man.
go.
But
I
it's
get the
over with.
donkey of
We had
the
a
day.
great show. We ran out of time.
Yeah, we did.
I'm so
No, we
mad.
got 4
Every
minutes.
time you have a
What you
good
talking about?
segments. No, we've been out of time. We're like a minute over.
We have 5 minutes, bro. It's 10 to 12.
Oh, he's giving us a little
5
extra
minutes
time.
ago.
Anyway,
Let's go.
Speaking of which, I saw something on Facebook today, Pastor, that you probably would like.
Okay.
So the guy posted on Facebook, he said that his woman caught him cheating, and he said why the woman said to him that her was better than his woman. So he did it to show so it wasn't better, and he told his woman, "You were right. It wasn't better than yours." And so she got mad. I think he did a good thing, don't you think?
He went and screwed the other girl.
It just told his wife they wasn't better than her.
Oh, okay.
He had to go prove a point.
Oh,
Right.
Man,
And she got mad at him. I thought he was helping her out.
Exactly.
right?
So I agree with
I
him.
see
What
it
do you
that
think,
way.
He was
Sheree?
cooperating with her.
Didn't he do a good thing?
What did he do?
You didn't hear that?
Nope.
He slept with the woman to prove that she wasn't better than his wife.
He's like, baby, you was right. Baby, you was right.
No,
That was
She's
wrong.
not better than you.
absolutely.
That was absolutely wrong.
No,
Yo,
I think that was right.
I think that was right. Right. We had a great time. This sangria was awesome. I wish she can call in and told us what was in it, but
She's probably asleep right
she's
now.
asleep. You put her to
definitely-
sleep
She might
already.
be over her boyfriend's house. You never know.
Don't do that.
See,
Don't
you
do
hear?
that.
She can watch on the phone. Be like,
Don't
go.
do that because
I'm
I'm
coming
here.
over.
Sorry.
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with what's going on.
You
He
heard
said,
me,
don't
Dale?
do that because I'm here.
I'm here, Dale. Don't do that.
Hey, babe, leave the light. Leave the porch light on.
Wow. Oh, Lord. We had a great show. Shout out to Tyrese. Where's Tyrese event at? What's the date? The
And if you
McAllister's
have
event?
Beyonce
Is it
tickets, feel free to
20th,
send them
right?
our way.
22nd, I think.
The
It's
22nd.
gonna be at the
believe.
Camelot.
At the Camelot.
It was the 22nd.
I know
Of May?
June 2nd is the fashion show.
That's what I'm
And-
talking
and-
about. That's at the
June 2nd.
Camelot.
Yes.
At the Camelot,
2nd.
June 2nd
I'll
is a
be there.
fashion show.
You sure is that?
Videotaping things and taking
Yeah.
pictures and
I
doing
think
what I
I'm
do.
kind of. I need to buy my ticket too, but I think
I
I'm
thought
kind
the
of.
fashion show was on the in May.
Yeah, we gotta get some tickets.
When is your
May
event?
20th.
No, the breakfast. The,
May
the
May
prayer
19th,
breakfast,
and where
June
at?
2nd,
Friendship
the
Tech Prep.
22nd.
The
Okay,
20th.
hold on.
The 20th, the
Okay,
Sunday.
Yeah.
so the
Absolutely.
prayer breakfast is May the 22nd. The fashion show is June 22nd
No,
at the Camelot.
no.
Now we're out of
May
time.
20th is the fashion show.
Okay.
The prayer
Yes.
breakfast is on June 2nd.
Man,
Okay.
that sounds.
My
So
mother-in-law
May
says I need to
20th.
bring back her Emmys, so I'm bringing back her Emmys.
You bring
Mom,
back
I got
your,
you.
your mama said that. And where's your event again?
At Friendship Tech Prep,
What date?
May 19th from 12:30 to 2:30.
And we're gonna post it. Make sure you give Dave that
And don't
information.
Any
forget,
honeys
the
gonna be there?
Resolution Roundtable is on the 30th of April.
Here we go.
Bring all your tickets that you
Salute.
have, and let's get
Salute
it together.
moment.
And
Tomorrow.
next week we're gonna have the people from the '90s stage show. They're gonna perform live here. Anyway,
Paul
salute.
Baker.
On a
Hang out.
Tuesday, got your girl in the car that she chooses.